Amazing evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So ADC and APC, it be like say them be two identical twins. Now some people they talk because exactly the way we be said the primaries for inside APC happen, it be like saying that the counting method where ADC self don't conquer it. Because if you see the counting for inside these primaries that they do for ADC, you're gonna wonder come, did you import people from APC to conduct these primaries? But that's not even all because as Atiku Abubakar do his own, Chibika Meche retaliate Gbasgbos for the same method of counting. People say, wow. Meanwhile, Chibike don dey talk say he go only fit accept the result of the election if e dey free and fair. And people they say, wetin be the statistics? How you won't use no say e dey free and fair? And higher today don dey shout, they say, make una come on, see they don't dey disenfranchise me. They don't dey people say, hey, nah. Primaries they go on, people don't already complain, they lament. Well, that's not even all. We hear say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't beat 55 years record of borrowing for inside Nigeria. In case you don't understand, it don't borrow waiting we never borrow for Nigeria for the past 55 years. Do you understand? Not be me talk I will bring you details of all this and person we talk because make it not be like say, oh, precious, it's who they talk. How can you be carrying this remote? No. It is not me that said it. And people call it talk say wait. So the kind of money he said the money with Tinubu don't borrow in 2 years. 2 years. Say Nigeria never borrowed that money in 50. That is now 55 money we don't borrow in 55 years. 19 Tinubu don't borrow in 2 years. And people they say, wow, what is going on here? Well, welcome to Updates with Precious. Always a beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. Sincere apologies for starting so late. Well, that's because Nigeria is almost happening to me, God forbid. But I had to look for a way to ensure that I can't give on her, even if not the minutest of information one I need this night, I will give on her. So I did here to make sure say I bring on her all of this information and more. As it is the tradition, we will begin look at it to read the way the headline one by follow. But make I just go back small break when they come back to bring on her all of this stuff. Good evening. Welcome to Updated Precious. All right, make I just go visit my papers, then one by fellow, because that's the right thing to do. To see the papers, them, and to begin bring on a matter, them where they hot for inside all of the papers, them one by follow. Okay, make we see some things the way they hot for inside the papers today. Yes, make we see. NAF pounds several terrorists disrupt planned attack in Niger. Wow, congratulations, NAF. ADC presidential primary, Atiku sweeps Sokoto with 68. 68,823 votes. Wow. Sokoto Tambowa Flora. Okay, good one. Let's see. Nigerian government declares Wednesday, Thursday public holiday for Salah. Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday, you come back to work. Okay. All right. Wednesday, Thursday. Rivers. There was agreement Fubara won't run for second term. Wiki, now they talk am. So you don't finally break down. See the reason we make they no impeach him and because of say they talk, say, oh, we're not going to impeach you only on the ground, say you no go run for second term. Okay, all right. So then if Fubara knows why you go buy from, you just want to be stubborn, or you just want to prove, or you just the whine Nigerians. That's the way people talk. Laughable inflated ADC blast APC over alleged 11 million membership claim. I'm coming. All right. ADC primary election. What I'll do if process isn't free, fair. Amechi, I talk this one. Ex-IGP Adamu dumps APC after Nasarawa governorship primary. I go bring on the details. I get evidence. Amechi praises credible ADC primary, rejects ethnic politics ahead of election. Civil society groups identify gaps ahead of Ikiti Guba poll. There will always be gaps, but it's what waiting the agency waiting in charge to do about that? We don't know. Oh, I beg, not gonna leave me on. Hanese SEDC join forces to drive Southeast economic growth. Akwa Ibom police nab 178 suspect, recover 69 firearms. And let's see, Salah policy, Macban condemns killing of pastoralists in Kogi, demands justice. This Macban, una they serious like this at all? Una they condemn killing of other people, but have you ever condemned the killing by your people? It's not fair now. Why we do not support the death of anyone at all? But can you compare the number of people that your people have killed? Why are we doing this now? Okay, sorry. You guys had to talk. Forgive me. Court battle erupts over Anyama traditional stool in a Ebonyi community. And El Kabiri or Eid El Kabir Murik flays Nigerian government over failure to announce free train services. But let's move on. Ogun illegal mining site trucks forfeited to FG by court order EFCC. Police arrested the first suspect after raiding criminal hideouts in Imo Forest. And bandits abduct 13 residents in Kebbi border community. Residents demand justice after death of 17-year-old in Benue State. Abuja chef arrested for drugging employers, stealing 150 million and luxury items. Well, I could just move on to other issues very quickly because we don't get time so that it will fit take your feedback sharp, sharp, sharp. But as I talk to you right now, APC, NDC also gets their own gathering where they go on right now. I even forgot to state that. I think they are hosting a dinner for all their aspirants. I think from House of Rep to governorship to presidential candidates and all that. They will host dinner for them right now for inside Abuja. But let's move on to other papers very quickly. INEC appeals judgment avoiding timelines for 2027 elections. I told you, I knew they were going to appeal it. Na trap oh, na trap oh. ADC, NDC, every political party na trap oh. They don't appeal the judgment oh. They don't appeal am oh. They don't talk say that judgment when youth party win like this is not winnable oh. They have appealed it. Just so you people know, they've appealed it. Don't come and say that oh. They have appealed it oh. Don't let anybody come into your parties. I hope I'm here to tell you people oh. Okay. All right, so let's go into other and some more headlines very quickly. You've breached impeachment agreement. Wiki mocks Fubara. So then get agreement. Say they no go you why you go contest. Why you breach them? Senator Boacha emerges PDP governorship candidate in Taraba State, and then customs intercept bus loaded with military camouflage cannabis in Ogun State. Oh my goodness! Xenophobia. South Africa government holds urgent talks over rising tensions, and let's see what we have here. That's about it. Let's move on. Let's move on to other headlines very quickly. Now, the DR Congo gunmen storm hospital treating Ebola patients. Wow. Storm hospital treating Ebola demand bodies of relatives. Wow. And then ex-IGP Adamu, I told you already. 2077 Atiku wins Sokoto State ADC presidential candidate. I don't tell you, using a 78 point something million and 68,000 plus 9 years win. After running Nigeria around, Tinubu says APC won't allow opposition take country backward. That's so they use put up for this headline. Tinubu government should allow Nigerians to express themselves freely, says Ezekwesili. Governors should have full control of police military forces in their states. PDP. Lagos disburses over 8 billion to retirees. Let's leave that now to another headline very quickly. Okay. So moving on to other headline. This country must work. B2B slams Nigeria's 4,000 megawatt power crisis, compares it to South Africa's 40,000 megawatts at NDC dinner. Let's see what else we have here very, 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 very quickly, because I have plenty of stuff in the news. Where is it now? Where is it? Okay. All right. Okay. So yes, going back, not voting is indirectly voting for the candidate you don't want. Netizens, Nigerians on social media urge Nigerians to collect PVCs and vote out Tinubu's government. Rivers, Fubara's impeachment was dropped on conditions he won't seek second term. Wiki reveals peace deal behind withdrawal. Okay, all right, okay. Let's see. Democracy belongs to citizens, not politicians. Obviously, once Nigeria risks becoming failed state. And APC primaries revealed one truth: they don't have numbers. Nigerians call on Nigerians, or Nigerians on social media call on Nigerians to collect PVCs and keep vigil and night watch in 2027 election. Kano state government begins amnesty program for 1,500 political thugs. You hear 'em? Political thugs. Hey God. It was Boko Haram that had amnesty. Bandits now can't they get amnesty too? Then now political thugs don't they get amnesty. Wow. Oh wow, what a time to be a Nigerian. INEC appeals court, the court ruling nullifying its 2027 election timetable. They are our children, grant them amnesty. Ahmed Gumi asked Tinubu to grant Fulani terrorists amnesty the same way he did for Boko Haram terrorists. Oh dear. Nigeria is dead. Once you are counting in Naira, you are poor. Pastor Paul Adifarasi slams Tinubu's government over devaluation with purchasing power. After he had supported him, by the way, that's what people are saying. Insecurity. Terrorists abduct 13 in midnight attack on Kebbi community. P2B would reject multiplication of votes, unlike Atiku and Amechi, and including Tinubu. Nigerians on social media slam irregular ADC primaries. Apostle Michael Oluwokere raises alarm over imminent terror attacks in Owo, Akure, Akoko, other parts of Ondo State. And then Tinubu's 65.9 trillion naira debt in 25 months exceeds 5 times Nigeria's total borrowing in 55 years. Economic expert warns of excessive borrowing. Say we don't pass 5 times, we too don't borrow for the past 55 years. Oh, Jesus, this record is a record breaking. Record, what? Like I read them out to you so that you know what the things in my mouth only they talk about. Precious, why is that report? Read it out, let them hear. So, um, let's see it here now. Now, the chairman of the Alliance for Economic Research and Ethics, LTDGTE, Dele Oye, has lamented, or Dele Farotimi Oye, that's his name, not the Dele Farotimi, just so you know, he's also a legal practitioner, has lamented the unprecedented rise in public debt under the current administration, noting that the 65.9 trillion naira borrowed by the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration so far in the last 24 months exceeds more than 5 times the total debt. That is the total basic, the total borrow that Nigeria has incurred in the past 55 years of its independence. That is, we don't borrow past it, we don't ever borrow since independence. Do you understand the point? It is sad. Now, Oye, who is the immediate past chairman of the organized private sector of Nigeria, noted that while successive government accumulated debt over decades, the current administration alone has added 65.9 trillion naira in 2 years, compared to the just 12 trillion naira accumulated over the first 55 years of Nigeria's independence. So he revealed that with Nigeria's total public debt at 159.28 trillion naira as of April 2026, according to 159, yeah, almost 160 trillion naira, according to Debt Management Office. Every single Nigerian owes 670,000 naira, lamenting the speed at which debt profile has expanded in recent years. So you now, all of you, when you watch me now, all of you, don't tell me because you're abroad, you're owing 670,000 naira when you could pay your visit. So that will go pay. Well, that now isn't what you talk. He said quite a lot more, but let me just take a break there. Moving on, vote count jumps from 50 to 1,100 as David Marks ADC concludes voting in presidential primaries. Despite rising hunger hardship among Nigerians, Tinubu government claims GDP grew by 3.89% in Q1 2026. Oh, Pentecostal Fellowship in Lagos protest killings, kidnapping, worsening insecurity under Tinubu's government. Yeah. So no talk, say churches never protest. So Pentecostal Fellowship they don't protest for Lagos State. If I make a read the news, the Lagos State chapter of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFN) yesterday Sunday held a peaceful protest against rising killings, kidnappings, and worsening insecurity across the country, calling on the federal government to take urgent action to protect lives and property. So no talk, say they not talk, they don't do. Okay. So as they talk, and they bring the one where they not talk, I go take say they not talk, and the work will do be that. Abi? All right. So moving on, terrorists kidnap Katsina University students, demand 20 million naira ransom. Students, where you go get them? Governor Alex Oti unveils 1.3 billion naira Abia water project. Ex-Katsina governor's aide Nura Aliyu arrested for masterminding abduction of 8-year-old boy. Eh? Ah. Niger APC member assaulted, forced to roll on the ground after criticizing Governor Bago over candidates in position rigging during primary. If you see the way they humiliated him, I can only send that video for you in private because of YouTube policies. I can't send it here. That's why they make a rule for ground, rule for ground, rule for then come begin beat them, carry and put for truck. They go. How dare you criticize the governor? Wow. Terrorists abduct 10, set MIS palace ablaze in Kwara overnight attack. And then factional ADC presidential candidate Kachiku threatens INEC chairman with contempt if commission fails to recognize faction. God, oh. Igboho threatens Nigeria's security should never have been licensed to bear firearms. Okay. But there is a Igboho threatens Nigerian security should never have been licensed to bear firearms. Concerned Nigerians slammed Tinubu over reported approval of militia groups for newly recruited APC funds. If you see the kind of firearms they hold, and people say, "Excuse me, what did Nnamdi Kanu do again? Can you remind us?" Okay, APC AKC LGA vice chairman reportedly planned her abduction to make away with taxpayers' money. Oh, whoa, eh? Mm. Crisis turned ADC's participation in 2027 election at risk as parties set to produce multiple presidential candidates. Nigerian Muslims said for gloomy Salah as costs of RAM nears 1 million naira under President Tinubu's administration. Marketers warn of looming citizens' revolt as cooking gas hits 2,000 naira per kg. 2,000 per kg. So if you have the average 12.5 kg right now, you know how much you're paying. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So you're paying 25,000 naira for a 12.5 kg of 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 gas. That's what you're paying on. Very, very crazy. Nigerians won Tinubu against attempts to rig 2027 election after APC manufactured over 10 million votes in presidential primaries. And I thought on Abujan's talk, we better match them or half for half. ADC crisis deepens as faction declares the Mary president. I think we already tackled this once upon a time. Let's see what stories we have left very quickly. So we'll just speak on them and I show you some hot things that really happen quickly. Now, bandits kill 3, abduct several others in fresh attacks in southern Kaduna communities. This is sad. Malabu Oil and Gas use Nigerian government for splitting OPL 245 into 4 assets, 61 trillion naira in damages. 9 persons dead, others injured as commercial bus crashes into trailer in Katsina State. Let's see again. Electoral Commission INEC files appeal to reverse judgments violating 2025 election guidelines. If I like one, I just they lose guard. Mexico to host Iran for World Cup after refusal by US authorities. Disquiets in Atiku Amechi camps as ADC announces winner of presidential primary today. Then they go announce them, and it's gonna be hot. Okay, do we have a president in Nigeria where terrorists are not criminals but brothers and prodigal sons? A question will be the person they asked me that. Court orders final forfeiture. I think I told you this already. Let's see what we have here again. Nigerian government spends 12.6 trillion naira on debt servicing in 9 months. Only 3.1 trillion on infrastructural developments. With the pay debts now, I've been afraid. Nigerian army says troops killed 2 suspected bandits, recovered AK-47 rifles from there. Let's see again what we have. ADC accuses Tinubu government of deepening hardship, poverty, insecurity across Nigeria. PDP condemns alleged plot to seize party secretariat in Ebonyi. Wow. Let's see. We have quite Nigerian police arrest Abuja chief for drugging residents, stealing 150. Okay, that's the chef. The chef I told you about. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Enugu Federal University Vice VC, Professor Emaimo, accused of 10 million naira change of course extortion, trapping graduates for years. Okay, well, let's just stop here very quickly. Let's just stop here very quickly. Nigerian soldiers in Yobe accuse military of withholding 45,000 naira operation allowance amid Boko Haram fight. Well, all of this and more things now they happen for inside Nigeria. Just make a run and sharp for I'm gonna for here waiting they happen for Nigeria as it hot. Well, talking about election, make I show you what ADC do for Atiku. But I will show you what and Mechi.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. Take 104.
ADC presidential primary election result. Total registered members, voters. Bolewa A, 765. Total accredited voters, 760. Total valid votes, 760. Candidate names, Elijah Atiku Abubakar, 740.
1,900.
Muhammad Ayatuddin, 2. I have announcing the
This is really crazy. This is really crazy. Well, yeah, well, Amaechi people also give a return match of the same counting.
Amaechi, Alesa, Ward 1. So if you are for him, step forward and file up to be counted. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 80, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 140, 150, 160, 161, 62, 63, 170, 171, 172, 174, 175, 176, 178, 90, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, 230, 231, 233, 234, 235, 236, 237, 238, 239, 250, 251, 252, 53, 254, 255, 256, 257, 258, 260, 261, 262, 263, 264, 265, 266, 267, 268, 269, 270, 280, 281, 283, 284, 285, 286, 287, 288, 289, 90, 291, 292, 300, 301, 302, 303, 350, 351, 352, 353, 304, 305, 500, 551, 581, 560, 570, 580, 590, 591, 592, 560, 561, 562, 563, 580, 600, 601, 602, 603, 630, 640, 660, 661, 668, 700, 701, 702, 703, 704, 1,000, 1,000, 1,001.
What actually went on now? Which camp is this?
This is Ward 1, Alessa, element AGA. We just did the head count for ADC presidential primaries for Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi. We all stood for him.
So what did you score? The total?
1,001.
Yes. Okay, all right.
You can see the mammoth crowd. 1,001.
Free and fair.
Very free and fair.
Our leader is here. Free and fair.
So it was that free and fair for me, and I needed you guys to see that. That's how I had to play it to the end. I needed you guys to see the way they talk. So very free and fair. Nothing happened. Was it not free and fair before? It was very, very free and fair. So these people are saying that, oh, ADC, I mean APC, and I think it's on as a big count. I mean, no worry. ADC don't learn from one now. So this time, now muzzle for muzzle. As soon as a big count, then go top on accounting, pass the way on a thing on as a big. Hey, it's gonna be crazy. So with all of this happening now, a lot of people don't talk, especially some people on social media, say no. And I think Peter B would never even consent to this kind of counting system because he no go agree, he no say no different. But people can say if you not consent, making the dinner, then go use the same kind of counting rig and come out like they rigged them before. And the only thing he would have to do is to win. So it's better he joins them if he no go fit beats them for the game. That's what people are saying. Meanwhile, higher today, I don't they complain for the election. Say the election, see as it take bill, see what's happen. They won't rig me out or watch out.
In certain places like in Kaduna or Zaria, people are being stopped from voting based on the fabrication that Mohammed Hayatuddin has stepped down for a particular candidate. I think people are desperate for power. They are used to doing the things that have been doing for them. Shame on them. I stand firm and resolute and intend to continue this particular I intend to win.
So you hear what's in talk. It doesn't they suppress them for some areas. They don't let them vote. They don't let their people to vote and all that. So say, but in intend to win, intend to go on, to go ahead, to continue with the election because he knows say in going. What people don't they talk say this one where this complaint don't they start right now already. Waiting this one mean for the ADC. Even though say then talk say there's an agreement that anybody will win the election, the rest members will support that person who win the election. However, the spokesperson of the ADC don't come out and talk say, oh no. You see this primaries, so ADC don't show people so say there's a big do primaries. Say now then be the only party where they conduct primaries well. But make I show you more of what happened for Chibike Amaechi.
This is an endless line for His Excellency Right Honorable Chibike Rotimi Amaechi for today's primaries. This is an endless line for our beloved Minister of Transportation, former Minister of Transportation, former River State Governor, and now a presidential aspirant in the African Democratic Congress Party. This is an endless line. Dear Nigerians, It is time to vote right. It is time to choose the right leader for our country, Nigeria. How much more do we need to say that this is the right candidate, the right aspirant from the African Democratic Congress Party for the presidential?
All right, so Chibike himself also did speak after the election, but let me show you waiting Bolaji Abdullahi talk first before I go to Chibike waiting election.
Primary committee has said the African Democratic Congress today we are very proud that we are the only party that is conducting a real primary election in this country today. Even as we speak, none of the three aspirants can tell you confidently that they will fly the ticket of the African Democratic Congress. We are very proud of that we are giving Nigerians a very competitive internal democratic process. So we are open. If you have questions, you can ask us. And I'm sure there are people on this table who are eminently qualified to answer those questions, especially with the congresses and everything you have observed. The National Organizing Secretary is here. And of course, the primaries that kickstart today that will culminate with the announcement of the winner tomorrow afternoon. Thank you very much. We've walked this road before, and I'm really surprised that some of us are still calling those people faction. We've had opportunity to discuss this several times. What makes a faction? Today, if you go to the portal of the Independent National Electoral INEC, who leads the African Democratic Congress? Is there any other name there apart from the name of David Mark and Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola? So when you say another faction, sometimes we wonder what you mean by that. There's no faction in the African Democratic Congress. So if some people choose to entertain themselves in one corner and another, how is that? You can't just wake up today and say.
All right, so of course, he did speak about that. He remember say Kachiko talk say in the go court say in go sue INEC for contempt if they no announce them as their own faction as the authentic faction of the party. Well, let's listen to what Chibike Amici said, by the way, and we're getting back to
So the
other
government is
issues.
supposed to find solutions to both political, economic, and social problems of those who have elected him to govern. But we don't do it in Nigeria.
Okay, work with the other person if he wins. And if you win, do you intend to work with him too?
I've said, yeah, the answer is yes. But I said, if the process is not free and
Okay, so he insisted, say if the process not be free and fair, he need to do anything, he need to do shishi. Well, like I take you back to 18 happen. People talk to these primaries. Remember, say right now they don't open their mandate studio and they don't ready to begin announce votes for inside the mandate studio. Maybe Moko Fufi know who could eventually win. So they're collating numbers already now, and then they will soon begin announce votes. The mandate studio don't get ready and pumped up to start collation of results. But people are saying that he no get as he take a B. He no get as they go one take do at Abubakar win. And if he wins, what next? Because you don't hear when everybody talk and say the only credible person will be say if he take over from Atiku Abubakar. Nah, I mean we will feel win Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar. But meanwhile, make I just show now waiting being happen as the Tinubu opponent for inside the primaries, Stanley Usifu, use shake up, say, okay, I accept defeat. Okay, I surrender. Honorable, I surrender. You win me. I promise I'm not going to work against the party. Make you watch out. They can't give a standing ovation. Sure. So they even sing champion song for themselves. Stand up for the champion. Okay, they sing it for him. Shaking him. President Tinubu said, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm very, very proud of you. Na your opponent be that oh, when beat the man. Why now? You come beat am like this, beat am. Stanley, what happened now? They beat you like that, blue black. Well, I tell you, say Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria been get protest. I will show you that protest wey be say they get where they talk say enough is enough, but not just Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria because some pastors only speak up too, like Pastor Paul Adifarasin spoke about it too. And people come to talk say, I thought you said that Saul was going to come before David. Is the Saul not selling enough for you right now, or you're not enjoying what Saul is doing? How come you're talking now? But people say, leave him now. At least he spoke up against it. He speak up, meaning say he no support wetin dey happen. Then make he speak up. Now others come talk say, but you would have supported Nigerians when they were saying that this was disaster waiting to happen. Why you not support them that time? You see, different opinions. But make I just show you what's in Okay, so I'm not going to play because of the sound, because of that music under. But yes, you see the pastors them as they come out yesterday, Sunday.
Fellow Nigerians and gentlemen of the press, it's a message from our national president of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. Today marks the end of our 3 days of national prayer and fasting and prayer for Nigeria and their country, as proclaimed by the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria PFA. We are burdened for Nigeria today because we seem to have lost our sense of value for human life and its sanctity. The level of banditry, kidnapping, violence, insecurity, and savage killings all across the Nigerian landscape has risen to an intolerable height, so that every Nigerian should cry out against it to God for divine intervention and to our government for immediate and effective action. Several Chibok girls are still languishing in captivity years after being massively kidnapped by Boko Haram insurgents. Leah Sharibu is still shackled in bondage by religious kidnappers because she refused to renounce her Christian faith. And the Nigerian state did nothing. Student Deborah Samuel was burned to death in Sokoto by a murderous mob simply for mentioning the name of Jesus, and nothing happened to her killers. Since then, Taraba, Plateau, Benue State, and South.
Okay, well, so now you're saying that they are speaking up. I had to quickly stop it there. You see that they're speaking up. But Pastor, people are saying pastors are talking. This is what we should have done long ago. Or why would they wait for now? Why would we wait till now before we do it? Make I show you waiting Paul at the first time.
Nigeria is dead. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Nigeria
I'm going deeper in a minute.
See?
Let me tell you something. Once you're counting in Naira, you are poor.
Chim.
I was not born.
Okay, make us stop on here. So you don't hear him, he said a lot. Say Nigeria, sorry, you don't finish. Well, make I go back to ADC primary, show you what they do their Ojari. Oh yeah, make you go watch it.
What returning officer shine zai fara counting za a fara da kai kafin sai mu ga abin da aka samu. Okay, go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 53.
Okay, so you don't see them. I see make I see the show and I'm not gonna see say. Then they walk and it is show. Then they walk and wait that man we call him that deal. Oh, this Nakachuku team, by the way, for inside the same ADC as they inaugurate they do their own convention. Make it the same.
Thank you very much, guys. All right.
They came to ADC. Why did they come to ADC? Because ADC is the only party in this country that can give a strong opposition. Despite the crisis we had in 2023, our presidential candidate, in terms of the spread of the votes, he came third across the country, despite the crisis. So, like I said, this is a responsibility imposed on me. I need prayers from you. I need your cooperation. I need your loyalty. You see, leadership, a good leadership has to be fair and just. Justice and fair play. If you can demonstrate. The former leadership wanted to perpetuate itself permanently on the seat of the leadership of the party, which we say no. Under the national guidance of the party and the constitution of the country and the laws of the land. You see, this is a political party, not a one-man organization.
Well, let me just beg the rest of the drama very quickly because we don't have time so the Nigerians can jump in on the conversation. By the way, a little bit of drama happened for inside the ADC primaries, where ABC take place over the today. As ABC, we see some shooting and katakata will happen between military officers will be loyal to Atiku Abubakar and others. And people don't complain about this. I'm going to show you the full video because of YouTube policies. But let me just show you the beginning before the chaos.
Let him shoot.
All right, so there the guy went on, fired on, and people are saying, whoa, calm down, brother. And so one do this period. You shoot, I shoot. Okay. All right. So make I take you straight to waiting Peter will be talk for inside the dinner events with the host for NDC aspirants today. Take a listen to it.
Our children cannot go on like this. We have a country. This country must work. People can no longer take us for granted. I was in South Africa. They have over 40,000 megawatts of electricity. And yet people are complaining they have no power. When we have 4,000, and we're not complaining. And they just 60 million, and we're 230 million with 4,000 megawatts, and we're not complaining. If you don't want to complain, this is time for us to come out and complain. If you cannot serve, please leave. We don't want to let people again to give us an excuse or remind us what they saw when they got in there. No. What I'm seeing, I can change. And that is what I want to the office. I'm not looking for it to give excuses. We don't want to hire people who will give us the excuse again. The time of excuse has passed. If you cannot walk now, go home. It's a home for people who have the competence, the capacity, the compassion, commitment, and character to live. If we don't have it, go home. That's where we are. But tonight is to beg you for a sacrifice. If they don't choose you, if you're not one.
So wait, wait a minute. What Victor was telling somebody to go home if you know get house address, make it. What you did? What? Oh, well. By the way, I tell you earlier today, say former IGP, we been there for APC resign out of annoyance for APC. And in give reason we're making the resign. In talk say now because of say waiting the party they do for the primaries, we didn't conduct, we in no like waiting they can resign. And people don't they talk say this one will cause a lot of wahala for inside APC because a lot of people really agree. They don't they talk about their voice and their anger. They express their anger. Saying that Moko did there too. In fact, Omar Gege also did there, former deputy speaker. He did there too. So people come they talk, say, I could be. But Moko listen to the former IGP, because after in talk, next thing we'll see, I see people begin bomb broom for inside in state. Take a listen.
One officials now ward now. Yes, sir. The APC, Makama ward.
Yes, sir.
Kuma doka ya nuna cewa ɗan mutum zai shiga party zai je ward nashi. Lokacin da zai shiga na je ward. Kuma za ka fita daga ward. Sai yau gani gare ku officials na APC da Makama ward by ward. Deputy chairman.
Yes, sir.
The chairman baya nan. Jibril Ahmed Awal. The secretary.
Usman Abdullahi.
Yau na addressing letter zuwa gare ku, especially chairman. Letter na shine letter of resignation of membership from All Progressive Congress. I say I write to formally notify you of my decision to resign my membership from the All Progressive Congress with immediate effect. This decision was not taken lightly. However, recent developments within the party, especially the conduct of the governorship primary election process in Nasarawa State, have made it difficult for me to continue my political activities under the platform of the party. I strongly believe that internal democracy, fairness, transparency, and equal opportunity for all aspirants and members are essential principles that must guide the affairs of any democratic political party. Unfortunately, the events surrounding the primary election did not reflect these principles and have led to a loss of confidence in the party's leadership and processes in the state. After wide consultation with my supporters and political associates and family members, I have decided to withdraw my membership and pursue my political aspirations through another platform. I sincerely appreciate the opportunity given to me to serve and to contribute to the growth of the party during my period of membership. I also thank members of the party at the ward level, local government level, and state level for the cooperation and relationship built during my stay in the party. Kindly accept this letter as my formal resignation from the party. Thank you.
Well, there you go. That's what you see. And the next thing we will see, I see people don't use annoyance. They don't start to say, okay, we don't want again. Oh yeah, APC. Vexed to this level. How this vex won't take go like this. I mean, next thing if we begin see probe. However, Make I quickly let you in on waiting from Apostle Oluwo Kere talk. He talk say there's an imminent attack for some states for inside Nigeria and say in get this on good intelligence and if anything more happen, these attacks then go happen. You remember say a lot of people don't dey talk, so why they not call Shegumi to order? If na another person, oh, by the way, sir, Premeta, you didn't talk am. See, if na another person talk wetin Shegumi don't talk for inside this country, they for don't hold them. Why they never hold them? Why they no fit hold them accountable? That's that way um Oga Premeta Udiri talk was very, very, apt. But as you talk, I'm Shegumi don't come respond. Talk say, I don't get anything to do with terrorism. I don't get any business with them. Or he had quite a lot to say. But before that, I would like you to go listen to waiting Apostle Lowe Carey talk because you will know say you don't speak up since concerning these killings, these attacks, will they happen? Because attacks don't happen for Katsina, see happen for other places. Still they happen again. In fact,
Now listen to me this one.
the next place we go happen safe now Ogun State, now you go face mass attack again and abduction of students. But this one will carry
There is a pending terror attack that is scheduled to happen between now and Friday. Between now and Friday in Ondo State. Ondo State, there is a pending terror attack that is scheduled to take place between now and Friday. I'm not coming to incite you. I'm not coming to stir your emotion. I don't do that. You know me. There is a pending terror attack in Ondo State between now and Friday. And the locations are between Akure, Akoko, and Owo. Akure, Akoko, Owo. There is a pending terror attack for Ondo State between now and Friday. Akoko, Akure, Owo. These are the locations. These are the locations. Now, the target of this attack is on churches, a security outpost, or any large gatherings. This is a salary period. The target of the attack are churches, security outpost, or any form of large gatherings. Large gatherings more than 10, where there is a lot of people. There is a pending terror attack. I'm saying this and I'm saying it with all seriousness. There is a pending terror attack in Ondo State between today and Friday. And the target is churches, security outposts, or any large gatherings. This is not a new thing. 2 days ago, they did it in Kwara State, where a church was having a night vigil. They went in, killed 3,
so
took
I just
15
got
hostage.
to show you that so that
The
you see
children-
that alarm when you raise. But make I take the response of Shigumi quickly as I open the phone line space. Phone lines are open, you can jump in the conversation. Okay, let's see what happened to the voice in this.
In Nigeria, don't have any hand here to explain to you.
I just wanted to start this
So I'm here to explain to you that I have no any association. I don't have any hand. I don't do anything to encourage or to promote insecurity in Nigeria. But on the contrary, I'm a peaceful citizen who loves his country more than anything, and that's why I felt it's a duty for me to take along with me the government to go and see these people that are causing insecurity and listen to their grievances. After listening to their grievances, up to today, I have not seen one step taken towards alleviating the grievances except the kinetic approach. I've discussed with many military officers, all of them saying the kinetic approach is just about 25% of solving such kind of conflicts.
So the kinetic approach, maybe the 100%, because the kinetic approach will be say they don't adopt rather. How has it helped the situation?
Arabia, after full investigation, found me not wanting. After Saudi investigation, the authorities exonerated me of all allegations and allowed me to finish my PhD in Islamic jurisprudence. After securing a valid Hajj visa from Saudi Arabian consulate in Abuja, on reaching Medina Airport, my name did not appear on the computer of the immigration department. After many search to see reasons, they said my name is not in the list of those wanted, my name is not everywhere, but they don't know why my visa is not there. So they said I have to return back home.
All right, so I just thought us to know this. I would have told you a few things so you'd be saying understand. This evening on the show with Sheon Kimanoye Politics Today, he did say a lot. Of course, he do believes where we say they will win the election because of the numbers that they don't get for their primaries. It's shocking. Thank you, no shocking. Phone lines are open. Please jumping in the conversation very quickly. Mr. Bioye, I'm so glad to see you
Oh,
again.
oh, I am very pleased. And I
Mr.
think
Bioye, how are you?
you placed me right beside my hero here. The one,
He's your hero.
the one under the wings.
How are you doing today? Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you all.
Good to see you. So, how are you?
Greetings. I'm doing fine. I just was a little busy. I was out of town, but I'm back. I'm back. I'm glad I'm back. But I keep following you.
I hope nobody
So,
has called you since that last time you appeared on this show because people were just commenting now up and down on that. I hope nobody disturbed you. Tell me. Let me go and talk to them.
oh, well, you have my hero right between us here. I can see him very clearly. Good evening,
He's
sir.
wearing a red cape now. You're not seeing red cape.
Greetings, Mr. Bioye. Glad to
Uh,
see you, sir.
Nice to meet you again.
Well
Last
done.
time I
Everybody is asking after you. Where are you? Where have you gone? I'm sure they'll be happy to see you today.
Oh, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
glad to
you.
be part of the discussion. So I'll let you all start, and I'll let her take the lead as you have the wind behind our wings.
I have already taken the lead though, so it is you people.
Amen. Amen.
All right, so Tiwa, let me start with you then, since it's passed the baton to you. Go ahead, Tiwa Benjamin.
Okay, I won't speak much because I'll let him speak. I'm sure we haven't had him for quite a while, and so people would want him to give us, let a lot of wisdom from his arsenal. Yeah, I think that the nation has been very partial in terms of his treatment of Gumi. He's said quite a lot of things that should earn him an invitation by DSS.
But
But
he
it's
said
like,
he's innocent.
yeah,
You hear him? He said he's innocent.
oh, of course. Is he going to say he's guilty? I mean, we know his trajectory. We know how Saudi Arabia arrested him. He tried to defend it. We know how he was refused the invitation. I mean, his connection with the son of what's his name? Former First Bank chairman. What's his name again? I'm trying to remember. They won the underwear bomber. We know his connection with him. We know how Jonathan intervened and got him out of Saudi Arabia, where he was detained for, I think, in prison for 6 months. And so we know his trajectory. We know what he has been saying. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and the good man brings forth good, and the evil man brings forth evil. So we know the kind of thing that he's been saying. He has never opened his mouth to criticize these terrorists. Rather, he's always been an advocate for them, and asking that we should treat them as our brothers, give them money and stuff like that. So I think I don't know. Zaki was called, and we had a date with security agencies and so on. But they just allowed him freedom to say all kinds of things. The same thing recently, I heard an Afenifere leader, Dr. He was on Symphony, um, Dr. Fafunda. I think there were some very inflammatory statements that he made concerning the 2027 election. And I'm surprised that he too hasn't been. I mean, what he said was treasonous. And this free reign that they're allowing people, some people will say certain things and they appear to be above the law, and some others would say just a little, and they are held by either the military or the DSS or the EFCC. I don't think that's a country that is serious, as treating everybody equal. So I'll say more. Let me just, let our esteemed guests, go ahead and give us, speak. Thank you.
Sir, I couldn't be careful. I do doff my cap off to you because of your insight, or at least uh, strategic knowledge of things. For example, like you said, the underwear bumper, the young boy who was arrested, and like what you said about Gumi right now, which is quite accurate when it comes to how things are done in Nigeria. You know, my father was was in charge of internal affairs, so I really actually grew up. Even the arrest of the guy who killed Muritala was arranged in my father's house. People like Obasanjo were carrying boxes in Kirikiri. That's where my father lived when that happened. And so I have a slight understanding of how these things work. And I'm not saying it as somebody who's in intelligence or anything, but you can almost see that the Nigerian government is ready to zero in on him. But the fact is, I just saw that speech right now when she put it up, but it's actually a rehearsed speech. But he only went through it halfway, and he still brought off his stubborn head. You know, he's a doctor and he's educated, and he kind of like still didn't read everything he was supposed to say. So I wouldn't be surprised if any time from now he speaks up, because sometimes when you are given a gap or time to roam like that, it's for you to mend up and disappear. But he doesn't seem like he wants to disappear anytime soon. So, but this is just on what you mentioned right now. But also the higher thing.
So
I'm worried about,
you think this administration can indeed arrest Sheikh Gumi?
they can, despite the fact that he has a
So
very
why
strong.
haven't they done it since? Why has it been? Why haven't they done it all along?
Well, like all other administrations, you know, there has to be thorough investigation. There has to be lack of fear of the repercussion. You know, they look at these things. He will tell you better. He's in that kind of field.
And they didn't
But, you
consider
know,
all that fear before arresting El Rafai, the former SGF.
Yes, they studied that. They studied him too.
Attorney General, rather.
When the government does that, they try you. And if the reaction is not good enough, they let you go. The worst enemy of the government is somebody who has a solid reputation, somebody who has a solid following. El Rufai has a following, yes. I'm not going to deny him of that. But he doesn't have die-hard followings. Like if something happens, for example, to Peter Obi or Kwankasho, I still have difficulty pronouncing his name. They all hell will break loose. I can tell you that. So every morning, everybody wakes up on the other side. They're praying for long life to these two people. So, you know, and like I said, the government tests you out and see what your following is or how far it'll affect them. So, like El Rufai, he was a clear-cut case. Like nothing would really happen. He did a good show at the airport, you know, and bothered them a little bit. But once they got it covered, they had the backup of the other guys following up with their own case. But anyway, what I really want to say, does anybody know what the result of before I throw this out, and this might be my bump or whatever, but does anybody know what the result of the African Democratic thing, Congress, who won that? I know it
The
happened.
collection is ongoing, but
Yeah,
Atiku is
okay.
likely to win.
Okay, you know our time difference is a little bit
No, the
out
collection
here.
is ongoing. They will announce it today, later today. This is already Tuesday. They will announce it today,
I
Tuesday.
see.
But the collection is ongoing. They opened the collection, an entire collection center where the collection is ongoing.
Okay, so what did you
But
guys?
one of the contestants, Hayatuddin, is complaining. So
Voter suppression.
yes,
Right. No, but what is the press feeling about the outcome? You know, you can easily have a view of it. You know, like is it going towards a Atiku or is it going towards the young guy? Who?
Atiku is the one that is leading so far with the votes. In Sokoto alone, he won with 68 plus something thousand votes.
Yes, I heard you say that earlier, but since I
So
said I
Atiku
just
is
came back.
leading. If you look at the
Um,
votes coming from all the states, Kebbi, Sokoto, most part of the north, and then you had the southeast, part of the southeast endorsing his candidacy.
Okay.
So
I'll reserve what I wanted to say then, because I wanted to talk about an angle that nobody has looked at. And I can guarantee that would have happened or will happen if Atiku loses. You know,
but I'd like to hear that angle.
okay. I know Professor will probably laugh at me, but I do not see it past Atiku out of his desperation to approach, if he hasn't already approached Tinubu for vice presidency, because his vice president is really is on a shaky ground. He has to
Shetima.
go.
You mean
Yes,
Shetima?
he has to go.
Shetima has to go. We know that he's got to go.
Yes,
I mean,
and I
everyone
think
knows
he will
that.
take that opportunity to offer that position if he loses this opportunity. And if he does,
Atiku will offer him that opportunity.
That's why I call it the bombshell. And
So
you know,
it has to be another Muslim ticket.
Huh?
It will be another Muslim ticket.
Is Atiku Muslim? I'm afraid to say, because he's so well loved in the South. You know, like I thought he was.
He's very well a Muslim.
Okay, that was my fear. You know, this is speculation. I'm sorry. The other day, somebody wrote you something, and you almost cracked.
No,
He's
it's
saying something about you propelling wrong rumors. That's why I said next time when I say anything, I want them to make sure it is my opinion. It's not about me, but everybody else, because I see you're a very fair person. Even when you hear stories, you let people say it. So whoever did that was wrong. But anyway, but this is a possibility people should look at if that happens. And on the other hand, I'm still very wary, and that's why I say my opinion, because I observe, I'm an analyst, you know, but I'm still very wary of that combination between Obi and Kwankwasa. You know, the relationship is going to be a really oily mess, between water and oil.
Why?
And if it does go through, Obi will win. I can tell you that.
If what?
If their relationship remains solid, Obi will win. But there's something in my gut feeling about Kwankwasa. I mean, he's not somebody I know much, but I've studied him. I've studied his movements and everything. His simplicity. They rhyme together, but there's something that is just sticking me to just look out for that angle.
So you think that he may actually be betraying? He may be selling out Obi for Tinubu.
Okay, let me put it this way. If you all remember, there was a time right before Obi and Kwankwasa became one, that Kwankwasa was making moves towards Tinubu. And remember in the articles or the news about him, they said he stayed and waited on him for 2 days. And I just laughed when people make those kind of remarks. Those 2 days while he was staying and waiting for a response, which he claimed never came, so he gave up on it, they could have gone out on a motorbike on the backside and had their solid meeting somewhere else. You know, so I laughed. So in other words, one should be aware that there could be other traps, Obi is okay. Believe me, I have no fear that he will win. But again, like we all say, if all things are equal, things are never equal in Nigeria. That's the fear. And Obi is not that much of he doesn't play tit for tat. You know, he just tells his ideas and let us take it. But the way they're doing it now, they're showing us already. They're counting 1, 2. You showed us that just now. 35, 45. They've told you already what it's going to be.
Well, I would like to know what your opinion is about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu winning with nearly 11 million votes.
11 million. Well, that was just a show. And somebody mentioned it. This is not my own original idea, but I think I saw it somewhere. They did the same thing during during Buhari, that he won 14 million or something, and the
and if you notice the demography of votes, he won much more votes this time around from the southeast. Yeah. From the southeast this time around.
Right.
From the southeast. Much more votes from the southeast. Is that a direct message to his opponent, Peter Obi?
He will never catch, with Obi there, he will never capture the southeast. I can tell you that. Because I grew up, somebody mentioned earlier about young Ricky boys, they used to call them in those days, even though I was not in the Igbo area, but I was in Ajegunle. And so we know those things, you know, that actually, even I escaped it myself too. At Boundary, I was almost tossed into a big truck. Fortunately, somebody knew my father and said, that Nigerian just became big none of Kariamo, because they were picking up Igbos on the street. You know, I don't want to go back to those bad days, but we know about these things, you know, Reiki, Saboteur, and all this. So, you know, it's common knowledge. So what I'm saying is this: if Obi just stands as he is, he will win. That's all I'll say on that one. So I'll let the professor just.
Okay, all right, because there are a lot of people are saying that Kwankwasa may as well be fighting for his own life right now, because Obi is his easiest and quickest way, or Obi's presidency in 2027 is Kwankwaso's easiest way to become a president of Nigeria anytime soon.
Well, to give you a little clue, I want you to do the research. The Fulani, they are very similar to the Jews. If you look across West Africa, over the years, at least 80% of vice presidents were from the Fulani stock. All over in Sierra Leone, wherever you want to look at it. They are so clever in that respect. This is what I was telling you earlier, and I hate to jump back. Women should try to find that kind of space. We had a joke when Obama was there. We used to joke about it and say Biden is Biden his son, according to what you're saying. That if Obama drops dead, he's next. It's not something really nice to say, but it was just a joke we passed about his name. That his name Biden really meant he was biding his time, waiting for Obama to fall off so he could step in. Thank God Obama didn't fall off. But it's possible that talking about tickets that way, that's a possibility. That's why I say even if, you see, you might think, oh, they're doing it because America says. But America says not because they really mind the Muslim ticket. They really mind the power of what the North is doing towards Christians, towards terrorism and stuff worldwide. So it would not bother them if somebody like Atiku comes in. That's if he doesn't win this forthcoming election. That is going to be his next move, in my view. So I don't say anybody told me. This is just what I observed from a distance. Like my good brother here, he's more pragmatic than I am. I'm more on the ideological side. He deals with like our friend Ruben Oseni. He deals with facts only. So that's why I said I doff my cap for you, although I have no cap on. And you're the best.
And do you have any comment about a lot of people blasting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his silence, and including the wife, after the beheading of a teacher in Oyo State, and the kidnapping of minors, including a 2-year-old? Till now, the first lady is yet to utter a word. The president is grave silence. He's not
for the first time in my life, I'll tell you, I'll openly defend him on that. See, when you're caught, and I'm jiving about it, and when you're caught between here and there, the best place to be is to be silent. Tinubu has more tight people, or more people of interest for him than all the authorities and all the Yorubas combined. He has his security embedded in the north. He's still fighting to heal his loss of the Buharians, those in his party that really actually got tired of him. By now, they all should have left if things were equal in Nigeria. But, once money is thrown out and there's division split, like the Elliott case, things start to settle down. They're all behind him again. So that's a little scary. But the numbers he's talking about is a lot of make-believe numbers.
Like so it is fair for him to appear like he has empathy and not say a word over the death of people.
Right. But he's so afraid. Yeah, he's so afraid. One of the first person that actually shouted what do you call it? Shouted trouble in the Rock was the wife. Said they were after his life. They were doing voodoo and all that in the Abuja house. If you remember that, it was just in passing, but it was true. We heard the
facts. But what Shetima said.
Really
Shetima said it was just barely 5 months into the administration, and somebody went to tell Tinubu that he should stop taking the clothes he gives to him, that he'll be using jazz on it. So I think Shetima collected that already.
Right. Okay. So this happened a long time ago when they first came into the White House.
Is that the reason for even the wife not to mention, to be empathetic enough to say anything?
Yeah. If I say I should say who I respect the most, I respect the wife more than Tinubu because she's very, very straightforward. She's the kind of person she sits on the beach. She wants to sit by herself. That kind of person. I don't know how you describe that kind of person. And she will tell the truth. She is afraid of her husband, definitely. I never heard news about being punched as a punching bag, but she doesn't really have the say in the family, but I don't know if she has a say even in the government, even when she was a senator, so it's part of the plight of women. But for him being quiet, it's a shame. It's a big shame. Because Tinubu is playing both sides. And when you play both sides, you get burnt by one. Behind closed doors, he'll tell the Yorubas, if I don't win, we're going to tear them up. Behind closed doors, you tell the Hausas or the Fulani Hausa combination that everything is fine. You're okay. We won't do this. We won't do that. So he does little things like they did to Kumi now. He kind of like they kind of told him to just come out there and apologize and distance himself and disappear. But Kumi is not going anywhere. He has the backing of Saudi Arabia, like my brother mentioned earlier. He has the backing of the whole Pakistani, whatever you want to call them, their Gambi down there. And it'll go on and on. So, but anyway, brother, let me let you talk because I'm glad you guys give me a chance to say something, but I love to listen to
Thank you. T.Y. Danjuma. All right, so let's go back. So what APC knows, ADC even knows much more. You see? And I think who thought he knew how to count. Amechi showed him more counting. Amechi was mild though, he wasn't that bad. How you take Siam now? What do you think this means? And then you saw the shooting that happened. I couldn't play all of it. It can't be like saying a shooting for shooting. Now we're going to see like this. So, what do you think? See, we go face for 2027. Sorry, I had to turn off my video because my light is not lighting. I have
Yeah.
I have poor electricity supply, so I'm managing my power.
Yes, thank you once again. I think if you remember, I tell you say long time ago before these primaries, this whole thing started, that there's going to be an implosion. People are going to be disgruntled, and there will be violence. We're beginning to see it. We don't pray for it, but obviously, with the way this whole thing has gone, there are people who you cannot placate. There are people who feel cheated, and you can't gratiate them. So they are going to fight, or instead they go say, "Kuba Jefun everybody." If I don't have it, then let the roof come down on everybody. So because for some people they did it, they rubbed it, over their eyes. Take Adelabu for instance. You take Benga Daniel in Ogun State. You take Ned Maswen in Delta. You take Ihombare. You take Ned Nwoko in Delta. You take Ngozi Okolie in Delta. You take Desmond Elliott. You take Sim Fubara. You go to Gombe. You take Danjuma Goje. You go to Adamawa. You see protests over the nomination of, the victory of Galadima as the APC candidate. You see about what happened in the secretariat. Some disgruntled APC members, invaded the secretariat and, destroyed, caused a lot of destruction. So these things are signs, of people who are disgruntled because things are not properly done the way they should be done. You don't ask somebody to go and pay millions, 50 million, 100 million, or whatever, and then after paying, the next thing you come back and you say, "Oh, or that place is reserved for somebody already because Baba Sokwe." Or you take the one in Ngozi Okolie, who's presenting an Anyocha Oshimili federal constituency, in the federal house, who left LP and went to APC. They told him that the primary was going, this ward is going to take place
Is it not
by
got your
11.
brother?
Now, it's going to take place by 11. So he was there about 11:15. When he came there, they told him, APC American Wonder, they told him that he came late. They have already finished voting and they have elected somebody who is not him. So who is going to take that kind of nonsense? So this is part of the problem that you have. So, and I think it became infectious. You now see ADC doing the same thing. You begin to count, and the world is making mockery of us because they look at this thing and say, is this democracy we are practicing or demonstration of grace? As Fela said. It's sad because it gives you the preview probably of what is going to happen in 2027, the election. Because if we can do this openly, even in the full glare of media, not in the night, because the other one was done in the night where people were sleeping, when manhood woke up and they told them they should come back by 9. And then he woke up at the wee hours of the morning and announced a winner. This one is crow eye. Everybody is saying. Foreign media they say. And just imagine what they'll be when this thing is put on CNN or BBC or any Al Jazeera or something. So look at the way these people practice democracy. It's unfortunate. And if the president comes out and the APC professor, we don't trust professors these days because they are worse. If they come out to say that everything went well, they didn't even fault the system to say no, there were, some untoward practices in some places and so on. They say it was good. This is a model of democracy. It's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. And ADC that is supposed to be better, we'll see it now. The morning tells the day. You can see what is happening. So let us see what NDC is going to do. Whether they're going to be like them or they are going to, do it the proper way. It's unfortunate. And I think Nigerians should shine their eyes well, maybe they see what they happen. Because if these are the people who go lead you, they are telling you now, before your own crow eye, how they go do their own thing. Obi has consistently been saying that the process is important. The process is not just the end. It's not the end justifies the means. It's the means justifies the end. So if we are still, that means we haven't learned anything. And if this is the way we are going to go, then nothing has changed. I mean, it just is like the more things change, the more they remain the same. So it's unfortunate. We must rise up if we want to change the system and say this is wrong. No matter who is, if NDC does the same thing, we will condemn them. We'll condemn MDC. Because if we're looking for a country that is going to be better for our children, we spent our lives, this was not the kind of life that we live. Things were much, much better. And so if we are here and these things are happening and we're not speaking out and we're not doing what we're supposed to do, shame on us. We have absolutely no right to speak. If we are also joining to perpetrate this kind of a thing by our support and by not speaking out and by not doing something about the situation, then we are as condemnable as those people who they rule us. So that's what I think. It's unfortunate that these things are happening. It's unfortunate that INEC is there watching. This by any standard cannot be accepted. It shouldn't be accepted at all. It should be cancelled. It should be nullified. They should be, although INEC cannot do anything, that's the internal affairs of people. But INEC should have it in their note that this process. So you are likely going to have people going to court. The lawyers are going to be smiling because they go put fire on some of those people to go to court because this is where they make their money. And then, of course, you probably will also have the same situation we have in the judiciary. You're going to have the Bukachuanization. If you have money, you buy justice. It's unfortunate. We're not doing well.
I beg, Tiwa, I help me hold your thought there. Make I quickly take a call. Hello, good evening and welcome, sir.
Good evening, precious. My name is Chips. I'm calling from United Kingdom.
Mr. Chips, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
It's unfortunate what is happening in Nigeria. This is I heard you yesterday. Then before yesterday, to be precise, saying Obi and the rest should do the same thing. They should work with all these people who are corrupt because we cannot escape from them. Why I'm calling?
No, you did not hear me, sir. That wasn't what I said, sir. Please don't quote me wrong. Make I not carry you go court at the very exist period. No, quote me wrongly.
Yeah, you said they must work with the devils.
I did not say they must work. That is not the context with which I said it. No, please don't get me wrong. We were talking about. See, you're taking me back from what happened yesterday, and I did clear myself that yesterday.
It's part of the learning.
Okay.
Because when I was listening to it,
all right.
I wasn't happy, but I wasn't in a position to call. That's why I didn't call because because anybody who is telling me for any reason that you must collaborate with the devil to save me, I better go down. I better go down because the next generation, right, will learn how I went down, and they wouldn't allow that to happen. What brought us?
Oga, will you let me talk? You accuse me wrongly. Well, send me your address. Make I send a lawyer to you. Send me your address. Make I file. Send your court filing to you also. How can you be accusing me in my front? I go test you well now. I go use and test them because it accuse me because you get live recording of waiting I talk. You they quote me wrong now. You know good now, and you see they talk first of all, that wasn't the context with which I said that. And speaking about righteous and thieves and all of that, why did Jesus Christ have a Peter that he knows will deny him in his disciple? I'm coming. It's okay. I am just saying for those who believe in religion. Do you understand? Because people believe in it, and please don't rubbish their belief, right? And why did he also have a Judas whom they knows? Okay, all right.
I'm saying my own opinion.
Will you let me talk?
I'm not rubbishing anybody.
So allow me analyze for those who believe their own opinion, please, sir. All right. Now, the context with which I said that was because we were talking about people decamping because of the INEC judgment, which INEC has now even filed for an appeal. We were talking about the judgment that courts, federal high courts, granted or nullified INEC timetable of time to submit voters register and list of contestants and all of that. The one that the youth party took them to court that they won. So we now said it from the angle that aggrieved APC members from the way their election had panned out now would want to join NDC. While other people are saying they should not join or they should not accept them because people like Amadi, barrister Sam Amadi said that they should not let it, that it may be a trap, especially considering a judicial system. They should not let them. And others are saying they should let them because they need them. And I said, well, I would not. So some people are saying, yeah, they should allow them, they should contest. And others said, allowing them to contest is also a trap and is risky for the party. It may put that party in long litigation that would again destroy them. However, there is a way they can agree to work with them without it being there in the open that they're working with them. And I gave an example. And then I said that, for instance, when they come approach the party to work with them, they can tell them, especially those of them that have grassroots supports, that have, say there's some of them will get good, will get structure around their grassroots already, and they're angry. You understand? They already have grassroots people already. So you take those of them and tell them that we cannot let you contest on our platform, of course, because of obvious reasons. However, if you support us in the NDC and we win, we can give you one appointment or the other. And when people say, oh, why must they give people who are from ADC appointment, APC appointment, because they're all corrupt? And I say, who is not corrupt in Nigeria? Have you seen Nigerians? Have you seen the level of corruption in Nigeria? How widespread it is? And someone was now arguing with me and was like, no, they'll corrupt Obi. And I said, no. As long as, just like Obi himself has said, that as long as him, the head, is incorruptible and have shown example that he's not corrupt, it will trickle down. Because you now will be my minister. I don't already show examples. So first of all, no profligacy in government. I buy only 4 cars or 5 cars. They follow me for my escort. I don't get any gang official car. This one waiting to use like this. I go use them. I no send. I know. In fact, I sell off plenty percentage of the car the way they convoy. You don't show say if you manage government fund. Then you be minister. You won't come show say now your convoy go long pass. People get right to take you to court, and I Nigerian law get right. Nigerians get right to. I the president get right to tell the court to make sure say they do the right thing in the judgment, because I have led by example. So you do not change a system by ensuring that everybody must be a saint to be in that system. No. It is the system that straightens people up. There is a reason why I will not jump a queue if I travel to the country where you are today. And there's a reason why I will jump it if I'm in Nigeria. It's because the system in the country you are have put me in check. And I no go feed there. So if the person waiting for the head don't put the right thing in place, Oga, you dey fingered for the least corruption. In fact, he get measures where you go put whistleblowers along all ministries, among in all ministries, departments, and agencies. Any whistleblowing and they do thorough investigation. They as much find as say you tip one pen, Oga, you're losing your job, you're going in prison. Tell me, everybody knows on a straight line. Tell me so. Do you understand? So that was what I said, because now the opinion and the mindset that everybody must be as clean and incorruptible as P2B to work in P2B's administration is a fallacy. You can never have everybody that will be that clean.
Okay, Madam Precious.
Sir?
Let me comment here. Yeah?
Okay, sir.
You know why I did not agree with what you said?
But this thing is not in our conversation today. You're taking me back and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I'm just, it's part of the learning, madam.
Okay.
Because some people take this and run away with it without understanding it. Now that you
no, but I explained myself like this that yesterday. I explained it when somebody asked that question again too.
Yeah, but let me just put a word to it. Yeah, you see why I'm doing training on that is this: if you go and promise somebody a minister today, yeah, you will still retain that corruption, and I will tell you why. Because we've heard this phrase in Nigeria so many times. When you fight corruption, corruption fights back. Yeah? You know why? Because if you are corrupt and you're coming to fight me, I will fight back.
So how will telling somebody that I will give you a position meaning corruption fighting back? Please help us explain. Let's also learn from you.
No, what I mean is once you give him that minister, he become a minister, he comes to fight me, and I know he's corrupt things, I will fight back with those things. And this is what is happening in our society, and that's why we are.
How will he fight back? That's the question I'm asking you. We're talking about fighting a president. Expose what now? What is he going to expose? What corruption is he exposing? He exposing the fact that I'm coming. I'm talking about no. You talk about it. The person. That's what I'm saying. The person now exposing who now? Exposing the OB. Who will he expose?
Precious, can I say something?
Exposing who? Exposing who?
Can I throw in something?
The person, which person he deals with, a political party. Why did you come and beg the political party that you want to be you want to join their member? Now you yourself you could expose now. You don't know it's a shameful thing to you. It's yourself. And second, let me tell you something. Okay.
When they accept you, yeah, to deal with them and you work with them, you won, and they gave this person minister. Anybody is going to fight, we fight back. It's as simple as ABC.
Fight back how? You see? No. I'm sorry. You're not telling me. Fight back with what? With what is the person going to fight back? And how? Please let me know. Fight back that they will call police for you. How?
No, let me put it this way.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Yeah? A corrupt minister now yeah, is coming to arrest me, and I know that is a criminal shit. Yeah? And I will let him.
I don't understand what you mean. Please use it in the context I said. So this person wanted to join ADC and they said, no, you can't join because you're coming from APC. But however, if you can use your structure to support the party, you can be given an appointment. NDC wins and gives the person an appointment. Please tell me how that person will fight NDC and expose the corruption in NDC. And tell me what is corruption about that. Or corrupt about that.
No, not that moment. Yeah? When this person, when NDC won,
I think you're busy, and whenever you're busy, don't be calling us, okay? It's quite distracting because there's a lot of noise and all that from your background. But just go ahead and let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. When the NDC wins the election and bring in the minister. The person they promise that if you work with us, we'll give you minister. When this person is corrupt already.
Go ahead and explain that. The way to explain how you go use expose the NDC.
No, not NDC. When you give him the job, let's say you give him the FCC minister, right? And he starts his job. And then let's say, for example, now I'm a private citizen or government official who is corrupt and he come to fight me. And I know that he is corrupt. And I have every evidence. I will fight back with those evidence.
You fight back. You fight back. NDC government will sack him now. It's his loss now. What are you saying? It doesn't affect the party. It doesn't affect the administration of the person whom he supported. Who told you it's not that easy? Now, let me also tell you the mindset that you should get. Everywhere in the world, politics is transactional. Everywhere in the world. The US, they scratch my back, I scratch your back. Everywhere. UK, they scratch back. Everywhere. What do you think? Who told you they're not more corrupt than you? What corruption are you talking about? What is corruption in your contest? Okay, now, excuse me. Oga, calm down first. Calm down. And we ask you a question. You see, I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. Oga, I'm sorry. I don't want us to do this, please. I'm sorry. Today not be the day to do this. What are you identifying as corruption in this context? That's the question. That somebody used his structure to support the party. The party has become corrupt by allowing the person to support the party. Okay, I'm coming. And they give the person, I'm coming. No, Oga, wait. You will listen. No, you will listen to me. You will listen to me, please. And then the person is given an appointment. And the person is doing his job well. In accordance to the person when they serve, will be the president. Wait till I'm saying you must follow due process. You must not be corrupt. And then if he is seen being corrupt, the person when appoint, sack him, prosecute him. What is the problem? The person who appoint go sack him. So what is the problem? Your point does not. I don't know if I'm just the only one. Well, okay, go ahead and clear yourself. So let's see why Danjuma talk.
Yeah, let me clear myself. The point I'm making is this: the person who is corrupt, is not not NDC, but the person who came to work with NDC. So once everybody knows this person as a corrupt person, do you think he's gonna go and he's gonna get success? Prosecuting people because people will fight back.
Oh God, this one no matter. But when you they talk, no vex. So with all due respect, but it doesn't make sense. First of all, why would they give somebody that they don't trust his capacity, or somebody you say that is P2B that you trust, give somebody who's unsure of his character and competence and attitude towards corruption, and a corruption agency, a crime fighting agency to head? Why? Why would they give him that kind of position? How about now? No wahala. Let's allow this. You can be any ministry you give to the person, and it will be a ministry that the person will be checkmated, and the person must adhere to your own principles. Have you not noticed that everybody, every appointed and elected official in Nigeria behaves like the person in charge? Have you not noticed? Did you not see it in Buhari Steno? Are you not seeing it in Tinubu? Everybody they sing according to the body language of the person with the power. You never notice them?
Now 3 minutes then they do that one. Now 3 minutes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Everybody put a break to their shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
To ensure that Buhari is not that same Buhari.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir.
It's all right.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Tiwa, you wanted to say something about this?
I think you addressed some of the issues. Once once someone becomes president, technically is supposed to be the father of everybody, those who voted for him, those who didn't vote for him, those who are sinners, those who are saints, and those who are in the middle. I mean, you are the president for everybody. And if you find that there's someone who can fit into your program or the party's program, irrespective of what he has done before, so long as it's strictly, if he's not a criminal, he's not being convicted by any court of law, not just what people are saying that he stole money, and he's ready to adhere strictly to the laws and regulations, he will be there. And if he fails foul of the law, then he'll be kicked out and tried. I mean, there are people who appear to be honest, and then when they get there, they begin to steal or begin to do all kinds of things. They kick them out and take them to court. So how do you can't read a man's mind from the construction of his face. It's not possible. So this argument of you can never have in a party where everybody is a saint. You have saints, and you have sinners. And you need all of them. You need the agboro sometimes in your party, because there are some jobs that an agboro, so long as it doesn't cross the line, would have to perform for you. There are times where you need people who are gentle. you know, who, so it depends on what you're dealing with. So I think you made the point by saying that you are not going to say you want to run a government where everybody is a sin. No, it's the law that checks you. Because in everybody, in every human being, most of us, you know, there is an innate desire, you know, to pursue your own desire, which may be in conflict with the law. But the law helps to give a direction, you know, even though you have a choice. But it gives you a direction. This is where I want you to go. And if you go outside the law, there are consequences, there are sanctions. So I think that is the issue. You know, there's no way you are going to know that if you give me an office, that I won't be deviant. I won't, if I find out that nobody is looking at me, I won't steal or put money in my pocket. But if the laws are strict, take China for instance. If you are found corrupt, you're going to face is a death penalty. And once you get it, there's no abeg. You're going to go in for it. When Senator Natasha came, she was telling us of a story of where when she came, you know, some of those who were working with her that she inherited were saying, "No, madam, this is how we do it. When they bring out money for budget, we share it." And you know, and she said, "No, that won't gel with me. I'm not going to work that way. If it's for budget, we have to use it for budget." And they said, "No, madam, not so. Now this is how we're doing." I had an uncle who's late now. He works in aviation. And when the money for the vote comes, you know, as the head then in his department, when the money comes, he would make sure that everything that is expended is receipted. He will not go and buy it he will buy it from reputable organizations. And they were saying to him, "Oh God, no be so we dey do this thing, I will go chop now, I will not go chop." The man said, "No, I'm not going to allow that kind of a thing." Auditors don't go to him. They don't go to his place to go and see him, because when you go there, he won't give you money. He won't see anything to fault him. Everything is well kept and well documented. So if you have a system where, you know, the laws operate and the head ensures that the proper things are done, then anybody where they one day deviant will just hide that devilish attitude within him, because he knows that the other guy will get this one not be. It doesn't take nonsense. So if you do, he will deal with you. He won't give you the allowance to do it, but if you do it, you know, he will nail you. And that's the direction in which we'll be looking at. The institutions must work. If we had, for instance, a judiciary where when all these politicians do all this counting and all this shenanigans and machinations that they are doing, it gets to the law when you had the putters, the carrier shores, and so on and so on, and you come there and the ruling, and you can't buy it. They rule, and once they say it, you know, it's a locus classicus. Politicians won't do what they're doing. If you know that when you do all these things finish, you go to the law, you fail. Why would you want to waste your money? You'll be forced to do the right thing. You wouldn't have this kind of cases where every small thing, even though you know you're going to lose, or you know, you feel that you have a chance. If I can, you know, grease this person's palm or so, you know, then you know, if I can book the judiciary, then they will smuggle me in. I'll become a Supreme Court governor or whatever. That's where these things happen. So the institutions are weak. The people who are manning the institutions are not ready to enforce the law. Some of them are afraid, because if you do so, you go to jail. You know. So, but the institutions must be more powerful than the individuals. Here we have the individuals more powerful than the institutions. That's the problem. So you have to vote in someone, you know, the head who would ensure that those institutions work, that will check him and check every other person. That's the problem. You know, now the judiciary, they have done what they did. I mean, the legislature, they have done what they did, tinkered with the electoral law, hoping that it's going to favor them. Now the thing has boomerang, is working against them. That should be a lesson to them to say, listen, we have to be straight. We have to do this thing the way it's done. I pray that INEC will win this case, this appeal, so that they will be trapped. Those of them who don't have any other job they're doing, politics, they are doomed. They will learn their lesson. I mean, the is it the 11th Senate or 12th Senate, whatever it is, or assembly would sit up if they will hear. So I think that's the direction in which we should go. But if we continue to go the way we're going now, I'm sorry. There was a debate that I was listening to, and there's people were saying, listen, if you look at the years of the military and compare it to the years of what
There
we
is
have had in democracy.
far more development during the military than now.
Oh, you see?
Much more.
Exactly. And this level of despotism that we are seeing, of criminality, of impunity, I mean, by no means. I mean, the military. People say the military era was much better. They have had that argument, and it looks logical because when you begin to look at the kind of quantum of money that people are stealing, one individual will steal billions, and they just give him a slap in the wrist. It never happened. It's a shame. It's a big shame.
All right, MC, you're welcome. Let's have your say.
Hello, Precious. Good evening. Good evening,
and
good
welcome.
morning, and good evening to the panelists, Tiwada Juma, and your guest. Good evening. It's a pity, yeah. It's a very big shame, you understand, that Nigeria is where we are. So Nigeria is where he is today. So we are asking ourselves, how did we get here? So, in other words, like Tiwa Jajuma was saying just now, strongest institution, Agbewu can do a job. Sorry, my brother, you don't need to bring Agbewus or those people into government. That is where, because I've been saying this thing, saying vetting. Because there are people you don't allow them get close to seat of power, because if they get close to that place, they will do damage they will do damage to it rather than for them, instead of them to do good, they will do damage to it. Say for instance, when we talk about strong institution, where how do we achieve that strong institution? Civil servants, because those civil servants are not politicians. You don't elect them. Who, like, you sometimes we call them head of service, that who then reports to the elected officials or whatever. Like over here now, we have the elected official, we have the civil servants. So there are some things that the elected official will want to do. The civil servant will put their foot on the ground. No, this thing cannot happen. Because you know why? Because those people understand the rule of law. And if the elected officials, they try to do one or two things, sometimes want to like sack or do anything to them or whatever, then they get the sympathy of the people. Then they start attacking the government. So the government do not want that. Like somebody said yesterday, yeah, we know it's like, because this elected official knows that you know the law. As a, you know what they know. You know the law protects you. So they will be careful. And the other, and in other words, again, they want to be re-elected. They want to make sure that their party is re-elected. The people do not vote them out. So they will be careful with their approach. Then they try to see how they will work it out. There was a story in UK, I think, during the conservative government or whatever. There was one of the civil servants, one of the head of the civil service, who held his ground with the then Home Secretary. Then, after that thing dragged for long, when the then elected official who was appointed, the then elected official who was appointed to that department, when he couldn't get away, he then fired the head of that department. He therefore, because that is not an elected. It's not That position is not an elected position, and that person has worked on that department for a very long time. That person even soon sued the government. Damages was even paid to him because there were some policies the elected official was trying to bring in, and the civil was telling, no, that stuff will not work. This is against the rule of law. This is against what the people want. He stood his ground, but the Sea Party went to that head of, so when the people heard what really transpired, so the people backed that head of service. Then the elected official, then he almost lost the dairy. After all those process, it was reshuffled and they took that elected official out of that department. So what am I trying to say is this, that idea of saying maybe because the reason why all these things are happening, because the people who set the foundation, because the foundation of that Nigeria is faulty. If the foundation was strong enough, somebody like this, the current administration will not smell that seat, will not get close to it. If the Supreme Courts or is it the police, the DS or whatever, these people know what they are doing. They really stand there, they really put their foot on the ground, they really know what they are doing. These institutions are strong. The people you have now will not even get close to those seats of power. They will not. Okay, now again, I'm seeing the former Inspector General of Police, that Adamu, whatever, is trying to contest for a governorship position, despite the terrible job he did. So these are the things we're talking about. So, or not to even talk of what is really good. Everybody just fold their hands, then allowing this kind of characters to even get close to the seat of power. Or is it the so-called ADC we were even talking about now, whatever? You saw the rubbish they were all doing today. Those ones now, you put the other one you bring that one, the current administration, you bring the ADC together, they are the same. So there's nothing different from both of them. They are the same. So you can't do. Well, how can we differentiate these people now? We cannot differentiate them. So the other person who has been contesting right from the beginning, right from when they set up Nigeria till date. So you see, these are people who were supposed to have who they supposed to have shown the door or tell them we don't want you, or even the party. Let's assume the platform they are coming under to come contest. If these platforms were even strong enough, the platform were supposed to be the one to disqualify them and tell them no. Or like this current administration, when he said he was coming back, he wants to come and contest again. This same APC was supposed to be the one to tell no, we do not want you. The people do not want you. If really the people are really in charge of those things or whatever is going on in that country, that's the membership really have a say in that party. That memberships and all of that will be the one to tell him that no, we do not want you again. Somebody else, you will see the eternal fighting, and he will succumb and he will go. They will bring another person out. Oh, then maybe even before now they might have even sacked him. We see how things are done here. Okay, now look at let me make an example again to the UK. I'll go and again the current crisis on ground, and which the leader is on this one leg out now. All right, they are already preparing for the leadership contest now. Okay, look at that kind of situation. What did that man did for mistakenly appointing someone who has a questionable character, or because they say he associated himself with someone that was defying women? That was the main reason now he has to go. He has to leave that seat. Then we have in Nigeria there someone that has punched the people into poverty, dehumanized the people, then even a lot of insecurity, which is unable to tackle. Not the act as if they don't care. So you're still allowed that kind of a person to continue to rule the country, and the country is the country is nothing to write home about. I listened to this other guy not quite long, Adi Farasi, which said he said Nigeria is dead. But these people were the one that we even support because I don't like to talk to go to that area of pastors and all that. I like to, but this when this administration came in, these people were all the ones supporting the administration. They all changed their mouth. They were supporting, but now it's like getting close. Now some of them are trying to like little trying to come in that to speak. So when you say Agberu, this, that, these people are not supposed to get seat of power, get close to the seat of power. That is why I keep saying that. Where are the security agencies that were supposed to carry out these vettings? Because when you have a case to answer, your character, you have a very funny character, and you have a questionable character, you are not allowed to get close to that seat of power, especially that presidency, because they know how sensitive that seat is. Because especially the way that the powers is concentrated on that presidency. So because that's why I also said that I also recommend, because if anybody who comes in now, they are supposed to take some powers off to checkmate that executive. They are supposed to take some power away from him in the future going forward, if they are able to do that, so that when they are going offline, you're able to like checkmate it. Then look at the because if you see now, okay, now look at the current Senate president now. From there coming to that seat, the way he got to that seat, it was questionable. It wasn't when they called them Your Excellency, it wasn't excellent. It was a question mark. So there's a baggages among these people already. You know that they have something to hold to them already. So they will not do the bidding of why they were there. They will do the bidding of the people who package them and put them in that seat, which is not supposed to be so. That is not politics. So,
MC, let me, I agree with some of the things you have said, but let me tell you the way this thing was working. If I
okay,
want to run for councillorship in my constituency here,
okay,
I go to my party. The party does its vetting and see if I'm qualified, whatever are the rules.
yes,
Now, if I scale through my party, because there are levels of checks all along.
yes.
If
Those are
I
part of
scale,
the vetting to
if
make
I
sure you
scale,
have no baggages.
yes, if I scale through my party, and then the party presents me as the candidate for
Yes,
that particular elective office, the people will begin to dig into my past
yes,
to see whether, and you see people coming out, maybe those who were my classmates, they will say, oh, when he was in secondary school, or when he was in university, he did so thing. And people will go into it, they verify, they check the records. And if it is found, they will put pressure on me, so much so
yes.
that at some point, I would now
Resign or
drop
back
out.
out.
Yes, we saw it in California with the Democrats
Yes,
who was going for
yes,
governorship of California. So there are levels of check. If I scale through that, there are also other systems, where they will check. In Nigeria, you have those checks, and then you have the DSS or whatever, the security agencies who are supposed to vet you and see whether you are actually qualified to run for public office. Okay, so the question that you will ask, it comes back to this system, that there are systems in place. This option A, but do we carry them out to the fullest, or we're partisan in our operation? The option A4 that the parties are adopting now, there's nothing wrong with it, because we also used it, and it became one of the freest and fairest, election that we have had. So this same option A4 is what they are using. So you can see difference in personality, different in enforcement, but it's the same system. So there's something wrong, not with the option A4, but with the system that operates it, and maybe the environment in which it operates. That is why leadership is very, very critical, because if you have a leader who will stand and say no, he will not allow. INEC is there. When they saw those things, I don't know if they have a right to stop it, but they have a right to make their recommendations and put it down there. And then people are looking. So if this candidate emerges and he goes to run for office, as allowed by the law, this can be an issue, to disqualify him. If the law allows, if the law gives you that kind of latitude or time to do that. So these are some of these things that are wrong with the system. And if this kind of persons wins an election, if he came through this process, you can imagine how he's going to operate, because he didn't come by the choice of the people. He came through a manipulated system. And therefore, you can't expect him to do the right thing, except if his name is Yaradua, who came in through a process that he denounced to say, listen, this system is wrong, but I'm going to do something about it. And he actually started to do something about it by getting up the waste panel. Unfortunately, he didn't leave, to ensure that that is done. But you need a strong leader. You need someone who would insist that the constitution, the laws must have their way if you
A
want
good one.
things to work.
I'll give you a quick example now. You see the Edo State. You see during the tenure of that former governor of Edo State or whatever. I understand that much that state used to be ravished by Agberus. Agberus were in charge. They were in charge of that state, the things they were doing. But as soon as those were part of the battle that guy fought till the end, till the end of his tenure. That when that guy came in, we understand that these people, he drove all of them out. Then the people that were collecting taxes, they were paying direct to the government coffer direct. He went as far to tell them, if you guys need a job, I will rehabilitate you guys. Then send you guys out, give you guys a proper job. Some of them rejected. You could see that during that period, it's according to when I was going through his profile, he set up so many stuff that like bringing people that are meant to like look after the state. Most of the people were even testifying that during that period, sanity returned to the states. Things were functioning. That some of these people, so the grievances most of these people had, that it stopped them from accessing those funds they were collecting from people and everything. So those things weren't working at all anymore. So that was why they were so eager to make sure they kicked him out. But as soon as he finished his tenure and everything, what then now happened? I think this present one, according to the state, has been revised 100% backward. So that's the difference. So assuming is the person that he wanted to hand over to, that person were able to take over from him. I think the state could have been more better than the way it is now. Most of the things is set up. These people now, they started dismantling those things. So those are the things we're talking about. But if there was strong institution and the people were able to speak, I believe that it will be easy for these people. So those are the things we're talking about. The people themselves now needs to start rising up and start demanding for what belongs, because the people themselves, the court of the opinion, as in the people's opinion, because the people has the larger say. Because when some of these things get out, when the people start speaking out, then you see the government they would retrace their steps. So that's why you see sometimes when they are doing some stuff, even the America we're even talking about, that's what I think that's the reason we have top secrets for the president ears only. Because they don't want some of those things to get out. If it gets out, the public will react, and they do not want that. So that strong institution, Nigeria needs it. People who are ready to defend that country. So I believe that is what we are working towards to now. We'll get there. So because we cannot continue the way we are going now, we cannot continue. Nigeria cannot continue, because if nothing is done about it, I don't know, because with what we're seeing, because the world is already laughing. Nigeria is a joke. So like this, like those primaries they've done, the primaries, and those are not primaries, those are not election, those are
They are what?
consensus.
They are
It's just
secondary.
charade. It's a charade. It's not a, that is not a, those are not primaries. They are jokers. You know, it's like they just the consensus candidate they've chosen. They say, okay, they just go there and do it so that but they even did it, they're even disgracing themselves. They should have bothered because it's a disgrace. I don't believe Obi will not associate himself with that. I think it seems to be new. That's why Obi just look for the way out. Quick. He said, no, I cannot continue with this kind of people.
All right.
Because we said it. They are the same. Please.
So, T.Y. Danjuma, let me quickly pick your mind on this. Do you think that our democracy has advanced, considering the primaries election and the internal politics in this 2027 election, as against the way it was in 2026, sorry, in 2023 and, down?
Well, you have to give me an indices with which to measure.
In terms of, when you say democracy advanced, meaning say we're doing much better democratically than we've ever done. So do you think we're in a space where we're doing much more better democratically than we've ever been?
Okay, let me take for instance, because that's the general question. Let me take INEC for instance. Has INEC done better?
Exactly,
Has
with
it
INEC, with the parties, internal party democracy, the primaries, everything.
Okay, so let me take INEC from what you have seen since manhood left. Have we done? Has
You said
INEC,
since who? Eh?
the former INEC chairman now? Precious, you are a guy woman.
I've been here waiting to talk. I've been
I have a name
here
for I have a name for him. Now they call him. So since we had this Joashi, that is in Igbo, it means refuse a lie. Since he came in, has he shown any proclivity to changing things? A lot of people will tell you, or some people will tell you, no, we haven't seen any difference. In fact, there are people who argue that since Jega has been going bad, I thought that Iwu would be the worst electoral umpire that we have had. But when manhood came, it was even worse than that. And then this one now, with the little that we have seen, are Nigerians clapping to say, yes, we seem to have gotten, the right person. Of course, the answer is no, because you've seen controversies here and there. So I don't think INEC has done well. I don't think that INEC has stamped his feet to correct some of the inadequacies. For instance, I would expect that Joashi will come in and say, okay, forgive us. This is what happened with the glitch. The INEC owes Nigeria an explanation for the glitch, what happened. INEC owes Nigeria, to resolve some of the contradictions that we see, because it's supposed to be self-accounting. People gave them money, a lot of money, billions was collected by, given by the government, given by international taxpayers' money, and also international organizations, grants and all that they got. INEC has not given an account to say, this is how we spend the money that we collected. These are the areas where we goofed, and this is what we intend. We'll correct them, we'll block them. These are loopholes. These are the areas where we did well. INEC owes the country that's to be accountability, and accountability, that measure of accountability, and to make sure that he can buy back his credibility, because it was messed up in the 2023 election and other elections that followed. So INEC has a credibility question. It has a deficit trust issue, which is in the deficit. And has INEC done better to clean up the mess? Has the current INEC head, done better to prove himself that he's neutral and that he's actually independent? We haven't seen that. I'm sure that nobody will swear, not many people will swear to tell you that, yes, we're sure that this INEC is going to be different. So that's one. That's just one area. Now, you take our legislators. The legislators that we have, whether it's in the Senate, whether it's in the House of Rep, or even in the states, because we tend to be looking at the federal, the states, and the local governments. When you look at them, Do we see, don't we still see legislators telling somebody, I will kill you, telling a Nigerian who pays his salary, I will kill you, I will buy you, and nothing will happen. We see those impunity. Can we say, for instance, that the way they have conducted their jobs, is one that you can give them credit? Can you say that in spite of the austerity measure that we have, people are going through, the economy is almost on life support? Have you seen any sign by the legislators to say, listen, this, we have a problem with our finances. Can we cut down the allowances? Can we cut down these constituency allowances, cars, and all those things? Can we cut off some of those things? Because in America, the president of America pays for his newspapers. Tinubu doesn't pay for his newspaper. There are things that the president pays from his pocket, even though he's the president here in America. If we are following the system that we said we copied or we borrowed from America, are we doing it rightly the way these people will be doing? Even now that the economy is in distress, are we showing any sign that we really empathize with it? This is taxpayers' money. If you go to the area of constituency allowances and projects and so on, have we done better? 2023, 2024 capital budget, we haven't even optimized, the capital budget aspect of it. In some of them, we haven't even reached 50%. So where's the money? And we're in 2026. Where are the projects? What of procurement? Have we learned to follow? There's a procurement act. Have we followed the procurement act that, for this size of contract, this is what the constitution specifies. You have to go through, you have to be tender, people have to be screened. Have we not seen millions of contracts being awarded without going through any bidding? That's a violation of the constitution, of the procurement act. Is anybody punished? No.
So
if
does
you
that
look at
affect your judgments about our
yes,
questions?
if you look at all these sectors, there's so many of them. If you look at the insecurity, for instance, there are people who have been crying. We have seen leakages here and there. That listen, the military needs now that this is a war that we're fighting. So there must be funding for the military. There must be retraining. There must be retooling of our architecture, defense architecture. You have to look at the military and see where there are lapses. And then you have to deal with issues that you see that are wrong in the military. Is it being done? What of the welfare? What of corruption? We have seen traces of corruption. Some people have been jailed. So so if you look at them sectorially, look at them, even in the pronouncements, in the attitude of people. Take Muke, for instance, a minister who is serving the people. Can he be saying to somebody that is serving, "Shut up, you are talking before I talk"? Can he be saying that, "Let me see how you're going to win the election"? That's a public servant. How can he say that? Who is he? Not even the president will say that and go scot-free in a developed country. You don't say that. You get knocked. But here, so the language, they feel that they are above the people they are serving. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be servants of the people. The people they are supposed to put them there, and they're supposed to be responsible to the people. So if you begin to analyze those things sectorally, Nigerians are being killed in South Africa, killed everywhere, and so on and so forth. What's the president doing? What's the embassies? What are they doing? A private citizen had to go down to South Africa to talk to them. That's something that the president ought to do. So I think in so many areas we have not done well. And if this is the idea of democracy, then we better try something else.
A quick one. Can I add something to what Jajuma just said here? See what Jajuma, please. You keep saying military. The military needs to return back to the barrack. We have police. This is the police that needs to be retrained and reset, because the police are meant to police the public. Those are the people that have the experience. to deal with the public, not the military. The military are trained, are killing machines. They are trained
Yeah,
to kill,
who
to
get
go to
experience
war.
to deal with the public? Nigerian police.
So that is what we need. That Nigeria police needs to be reset, and they needs to be
Yeah.
trained to
And they
retrain,
get experience to deal with the public.
them, not the military. The military needs to return back to the barracks.
No, no, no,
Return
MC,
back
we're
to the
fighting a
barracks.
war. No, 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 MC, we're fighting a war. This is a war. The police can't fight this war.
But the military
This
is
is a
doing more
war.
damage. They are doing more damage
This is a war.
than what they were supposed to be doing.
No, 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 no. You see, leadership again. It goes back to leadership. Equip them, treat them well, treat them well. Let their welfare equip them, because this is the same military that had, that was highly applauded even when they do international missions. The same with the police. There's something that has gone wrong, and that's what we have to fix. If we fix it, then I
But they
think
don't need to be
that
using them. They don't need to be using them as roadblock. They go and be doing checking cars on the road. If you're saying they are fighting war, they should send them to the forest where these people, where they say the people, where whatever the people terrorizing the country, where they are. They should send them to the forest. That is it. Or they return them back to the back and train the police, reset the police, and let the police carry out the job. Because the police are meant to police the public, are meant to sort out this whole thing. Because it's an inward, not outward.
you see, even in America here, you bring out the what is it? What is this army that they call? You bring them out.
National Guard. They bring
Yeah,
National Guard
yeah,
when there is
yeah,
an
yeah,
emergency. Where
yeah.
National Guard is just to make sure, just to maintain peace. After then, they will draw them back
We have more
for
than
that for
emergency
short
here.
time.
We're fighting a war. We're fighting a war. We're fighting a war. You need the military. You have to equip them.
So, because the police really need to be worked on. The
All right.
police, because the police are the major pillars.
All right. So let me quickly run a few things by you guys before we end the conversation. Mr. I wanted to ask the guy that just joined us if he has something to say. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, my name is Oji. Actually, this is my first time of seeing myself on the television. I've never tried
You're
this
welcome,
before.
sir. You're welcome,
I've
sir.
never. This is my first time. I only listened to a couple of broadcasts or podcasts. What do you call it? I listened to Dr. Damage a lot. I think one of the episodes I saw you. That's precious.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I did. Your appearance was quite entertaining, but sometimes I ask myself, I always ask myself before I do anything, what is the purpose of doing this? And if I can't find a purpose, I am not going to do it. You understand? Even as I am here, I'm asking myself, what is this going to achieve? Because if it's just to come on here and talk, we could have some other more valuable things to do with our time than just coming to talk, and it's not going to make any difference to anybody, you know. Because if we just, it's just like if you're going to school, and there is no aim, there's no objective of that schooling, it's not going to make any difference to you. But if you know you're going to get a certificate, and that
Hello, sir. Okay. I think we lost him. So very quickly, there is this information I came across posted by a page. So that is why I put a screenshot of the information instead of the news article itself. And I'd like to pick your mind on this very quickly. Let's see if I have that information here. That would be, let me see. I'm trying to get it very quickly. All right. So, okay. Give me a second, please. Excuse me. All right. Here you go. So this is the information. Do you guys think it's true? I'd like to pick your mind on it. Mr. Buye, do you think it's true?
Can you read it out real quick because I'm not getting it clear on my thing.
All right. So it's a news platform, Global Africa Now, says that Tinubu is a CIA asset, and he says that USA, France, that fears are spreading that USA and France could heavily influence Nigeria's 2027 presidential election to keep Tinubu in power to protect their interests?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Did you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Well, when it comes to issues like somebody being CIA, it first of all, it's more or less their agents are not known. There's no way you can correlate it. But you have to go only by their actions, how they support those external countries. Like all Tinubu's money is in France. He doesn't have the trust in America. All his money is in France. And being a CIA agent may be a mixture of what people don't understand. You could be an informer, but to be an agent, it's very rare for you to be an agent. Now, if you say he's an asset to the United States, yes, because of his record, he could have been blackmailed, but you can see every move he makes is one of resistance. The only check they have on him is that he could if he wanted to. They forced him not to move towards China. So he's been ostracized from doing real damage to America through China. But he's done every other damage you could think about. All our money is going to France. And I keep laughing about it. One day, we'll find out it's only some rats and some whatever we have left in, in the central bank by the time this man leaves. But one thing I can tell you is this: whether he's an agent or not, it doesn't really matter, because most of the things presidents do is not entirely in their hands. And I'm just saying that to counter this argument. You see, being an agent is better to consider him as an asset. He's not an agent. He couldn't be a direct agent. He doesn't report back to the only time we had a problem in Nigeria. I've forgotten what president I was, when we had the Israelis being our bodyguards, and they were hearing everything, right? They were the bodyguard of the president. So, so they had all the information. But as far as Nigeria is concerned, since Obasanjo, we've been very careful about that. There's no way he could be an agent. He could be playing ball their way. He could be trying to make America come back. But what Tinubu does, Tinubu is what we used to call Jesse Jackson in those days. We used to call him Jesse for Jesse. May his soul rest in peace. He's dead now. But he only thinks about himself. So he's even interesting America in Nigeria's business. It's only because he's afraid of what the Northerners can do. He's afraid of where they can get their backup from. All of Saudi Arabia, all those places, they can really empower the South, the North to overrun the South. It's going to be difficult. But what we have to always remember, the Western countries are not going to put their stake too much. They're always good at supporting the minority. So I do not believe this. And I think I've observed him enough to detect if he was a CIA agent, but maybe an asset to the United States, not to the CIA.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you. Thank you. T.Y. Denjuma, can I take your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't know the difference between a CIA agent and an asset. When you apply it strictly in security parlance. But if you take it from the literary interpretation, yes, there's a difference between an agent and an asset. An asset is something that is useful to you that you can use. And I agree with it. I agree that if they have a hold on you, and it does appear, for instance, America has a hold on Tinubu, and therefore they could say, listen, if you don't do our bidding, see, we have this, and if we release it, you are done. That they could use, to bully him or to get him to do certain things for them. That's an asset. Okay. As to be a CIA agent, I don't know. I'm not sure. The same thing with France. France has a hold on him. There are things they know about him that we don't know. Some of them could be damaging. Britain also has, and I believe that Israel would have on him. So and so you see that The president is careful, not trying to hurt any of them. He tries to cut them. Can the president, for instance, say to um, Trump, like Jonathan did, when the issue of when Obama, said if you sign that thing about LGBT Q, we're going to deal with you. Can he say no? Go to hell. Like Museveni, for instance, go to hell. I will sign it. You will do nothing. Can he say it to them? My answer is no. He can't say it to them. And then you will ask why. Why wouldn't he be able to say that to them? So if you are clean and you know that you don't have, you could say to someone, go to hell, go do your worst. Obasanjo did it, when we're dealing with South Africa, over majority rule. He nationalized BP. He dealt with Britain, and that forced them to take a position, that was right. So can the president do that? Can the president say to Meeti Allah, this nonsense that people are doing, stop it. I give you 1 week or 1 month to recall your people and to disarm them. If you don't, I'll deal with you. Can he say that? Can the president do that? He can't. He can't go to Benue and go to the place where he was supposed to go and see things for himself. If he can't go to Plateau, he just stopped at the airport, and the airport is not even in Jos. So it's not as if you go to Jos. So if he cannot go to some of all those areas, if he's afraid to go to places within his own country and is the CNC, then what are we talking about? So there's a problem here. If you read the body language of the president, can he stand and criticize America when they take a policy that is not favorable to the country? Can he do that to France? Can he do that with Britain? Has he ever taken any stand? Has he ever spoken, taken a stand?
All right.
Can he go to the United Nations, for instance, and take a stand and take a position?
So what I'm looking at is actually the interest in our elections and how that affects our election, because that's what's very important, and that's what the fear is. But let me let people who have not spoken in this house quickly do that. George, if you're welcome, good evening and welcome. Would you like to go ahead and chiming in? Would you like to chime in? Ify, are you there?
Can I come in?
No. Please, kindly give them a second. Let them come in.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Ify. Welcome.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Precious.
Hello, Ify.
Hi, my brother. How are you? Oh my God. The problem of Nigeria, no, they finish. Hi, everybody. So, Precious, I'm speaking my mind. To be honest with you, I don't think there is anything that can prevent Tinubu from winning the next election. Not by, I'm saying my mind, not by winning it by free and fair, by reason.
And that is why I said I agree with you, because I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I could be a soothsayer. So go ahead.
I said it on Dr. Damage's platform, and I was laughing, and somebody said I am part of the problem. The truth of the matter is that, we are very emotional. We are not realistic of what is happening in Nigeria. You see, people were kidnapped in a country of almost 200 million. President did not even talk about it. I haven't heard president mention or make a speech. He is focusing on winning the next election. And we have seen how he's going to win the next election. And Nigerians are not talking about it. If they don't rise up, you see, what is happening now is just introduction. We haven't even started, washing the beans. When Tinubu gets into power in second tenure, trust me, I mean, some people cannot even afford to buy one cup of rice. And guess what? He doesn't give a damn about anybody. All he cares about is just to get into that power. If Tinubu can remove Wale Edu because he said no, trust me, there is nothing he cannot do.
Are you sure that that's the reason he removed him?
Well, that's the rumor. And you can't tell me anything otherwise. See, let me tell you something. You see, Nigerians, we are not going anywhere. See what is happening in Nigeria, in our country. People are busy on social media talking about Chike. People are busy on social media talking about VDM. And the country is burning down. Insecurity in the country. President has not even gone to Oyo. Anyway, how can he go to Oyo when he hasn't even
Is it to
spoken
go
about
or
it?
even to make a strong statement or to
That's
make
what
a
I'm saying.
statement?
How can he, how can he go when he hasn't even said anything? And people are supporting this man, strongly supporting him. Kwara is gradually going. Sooner or later, we won't have Kwara State anymore.
Oh, lots of deserted communities there.
And people are still support. See, my sister, let me be honest with you. I know a lot of people were very emotional. I know a lot of people want to come in power. The question I'm gonna ask myself, and I say this again: what is the opposition doing? What is Obi doing? Let's say he is the main opposition. What is he doing? Because it's not coming online and supporting him. How many of them even have their PVC? I saw what you posted online. We are talking about CIA. Let me tell you something. I will believe it 101%. It's not far from being the truth. The only person that can stop Tinubu is God and Tinubu himself. Other than that, forget about the next election. You have an INEC chairman, and he accepted the result of 10, almost 11 million in a primary election. As the governor of Lagos State announced the result. When did he become INEC official?
No, all the governors announced. All the governors
Okay. What is their
presented
business? When did they become?
their
Is it the
parties made
response?
them. Their parties made them heads.
Is it in the constitution? Is it in the constitution that the governor will announce the result of the election?
Well, no. Well,
Because
the political parties have the right to decide how they want, the kind of primaries they want to adopt and who they
my
adopt.
sister, you know what? Okay, if that is the case, the election has been won. Guess what? Because when it comes 2027, there will be the people or person to announce the results.
No, they won't be at that time.
Okay, all right. That's all I can say. But we will
Because
sit
that is
down
the
here.
general election. This is primaries.
Okay, we will be here and argue, my sister. But
So
believe you me,
I like to agree with you with what you said about Tinubu winning the election. However, it is not only God and Tinubu that can stop himself. I can assure you 101% that if Nigerians are ready and match Tinubu energy for energy, he's afraid of that.
I
And
understand that.
if that happens, now running go wrong or not.
But
I can
where are the
assure you.
Nigerians? That's what I'm
Yeah, you
saying.
can't tell.
Are you waiting until that day to
You
start
can't tell.
acting?
No, but I'm just saying that you can't tell.
Okay,
You
all
can't
right.
tell.
I
Eh.
rest my case.
Mhm.
Tinubu 2027, we move. Until we are ready to rise up against these people. Not staying. How many people even have PVC? How many of them? So how you gonna vote when you don't have PVC? Yes, I want Peter
People
Obi
don't
to
have
win.
PVCs now.
Huh?
Who told you people don't have PVCs? A lot of people have PVCs now.
My sister, do you know this
Sweetheart,
Ashake?
sweetheart, we have over 97 registered voters. And
Okay.
97 million or 92 million registered voters as of 2023. And
Okay.
over 50 million collected PVCs.
Okay.
Ask yourself why we had only about 20 million people voting
Okay.
the election. No, it's not about okay. And I have the answer. The answer is because there was a lot of voter suppression.
Okay.
That
And
was what
it's gonna get worse in
I know
2027.
it's going to get worse. And that is why, you see, that is why I said that thing I said yesterday that they should not chase people who are aggrieved with APC during their primaries away. Take them because they have the structure to help you win election. Power is not giving a la carte. They've already told you. So they know you're a good guy and you don't want to do the bad things. Okay, take their people to help you do the bad thing. You come into power and you change the system. You can't change the system from outside.
Outside,
You have to
exactly.
change it from inside. So
Exactly.
if you take their people, you don't have to be the one to do the bad work. But you see these people where they vex, genuinely angry, use them to establish your work. Remember, Mr. Jesu Toga or Nokpasa had said that the people will go make sure Tinubu no win APC people will inside APC. And they can be in that party and work against him.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they know what they're, in fact, they go there the party there, know what's in their party they do. They leak the secret to the other party. They do it. In every place you have a mole, just like they also place moles on opposition in opposition parties. Do you understand? So they can do that. So they don't have to chase them away. This one at the talk saying only holy people go feel work with honor. It doesn't work that way. Keep emotions aside. Politics in everywhere, in every part of the world is a dirty game. Don't deceive
It
yourself.
is, yeah, of course.
So don't come and be doing holy if it's not
Yeah.
holy people we cannot do. No
I
way.
mean,
Except you guys are not ready to take power. Well, I will just find another planet to go live on it because
I think there is still time. Anything can happen between now and 2027. Even a day to the election, anything can still happen.
So you know
But
what? And that is the more reason why that was why I liked the coalition per se. Because I felt like there are enough bad guys who know what these guys know to give them onion for onion.
But why can't they unite together? That's my only problem.
But do you know what? Even as disunited as they are, you just need some stubborn badass guys who also know what they do.
Okay.
And they will vote their candidates. Let me tell you something. If election is free and fair, Tinubu don't come third though. He will come
He won't
distant.
even come fourth. He won't even come fifth.
If you look at the way the country is now, an election is free and fair, he won't come third or fourth. Too. So people already know the deal that INEC will announce results. The point is that people willing? Let me also tell you that there are people in some part of this country who are willing to match INEC strength for strength to announce what they voted for. Right now. There are people who are willing to do that. So I don't know.
We see.
Mr.
But honestly, at this point, Precious, we no longer have a country. Do you see what our debt is currently now? Almost 90 trillion.
159,
sorry. What am I
160
talking
trillion, approximately 160 trillion. Only
No, I'm talking about so far what he has borrowed. Tinubu.
Yes, he has borrowed about. So it's only
no 60. Is that 60 something?
Just about
6 something trillion dollars.
65 point something, approximately 66 trillion. It's only now, too much.
You said $1 trillion.
Trillion naira.
Naira.
Yes, please.
No, 65.9 trillion. 65.9 trillion naira.
About 66 trillion.
Yeah, 65.9 trillion.
Okay.
That is about 5 times. 5 times what we have borrowed since independence.
And he's still borrowing. And he will borrow. The last one he borrowed was 1.2 billion. And nobody can see. I believe at some point, that this money Tinubu is borrowing, it has to do with France. Honestly speaking, at this point. Because she can't tell me otherwise. Where is the money going to? I don't know, but I think it has to do with France. Who is going to pay all this money? I'm just saying. Thank you, Precious. I'm just saying. I'll stay behind and listen.
Thank
Madam
you.
President.
I appreciate it. Sir?
Yes, I do agree sincerely with that lady, because France was on the brink of actually economically collapsing.
Yes.
When all those other
and they were even protesting against Macron, say they don't want to say the economy.
Yes. So before that, I wanted to put one last contribution if you're running out, or I'll still stay on. And that is, it's funny, I'm used to sending money, from here. Well, I live here and I send money to families, different. And when the Naira started going up, my family was kind of frantic, friends were frantic, but I had heard that the price of the Naira would not stop till it hit $1,200. And I was telling them that. I have living proof, family and stuff, that will tell you I always said that. So when it crossed 1,200 and it became like 1,500, some were laughing at me. Say, this thing is not going to stop. We're going to hit 2,000, 1 million. I said, no. The arrangement between Tinubu and whoever it is, whatever powers they are, was $1,200. Because I don't know if I told you once, the governor of the central bank, though we're not close, it's kind of related to me by default. His father was a good parent of the family. Mr. Cardoso, a friend of mine, or a friend of my father's, they died at the same time within 30 days. They were very close. So, I had the whiff of this because I always looked into those things, and I knew our economy was going to go skyrocket all the way to 1,200. But they did play the game. They moved it up to 1,500. Now they're coming back. And I'm saying it openly with you guys now that the real calculation from the Western world and Nigeria, because if you remember, they had rumors that they were trying to play a game to get the economy good. It blew out of hand. No, the thing was, it really was meant for $1,200, 1,200 naira to one. And put it on, it's already on record since I'm saying it. You will see when it comes stops at 1,200, that is when the balance will come. And I support that lady who said the money is probably going towards France. He has a billion, I mean, he has a big house in France. All his loot is there. I don't want to say it on public because they might come pick
Why
me
are
up
you
there.
saying this? How are you sure it's true?
You mean that he has a big house there?
Yes.
It's on public record. Sometimes if you don't search things, you won't know. His plan is retirement. Well, but the point is he doesn't want to stop now. He wants to loot as much as he can. And I think being a smart guy himself, he knows this is the end. We are just worried about how it'll work out. But just think about it this way. This is why I say this is the end. And that lady was close to saying it. Okay, now you have Obi will grab the Igbo side, uh, whoever will grab some other side, and all of them will grab a little piece of his Yoruba side. Now you tell me where else he's going to grab. If Tinubu wins five states, I'll give him $50. I know he's a multi-billionaire, what $6-8 billion. So those things are in public. When I say things like that, they are really official. But the other one I'm saying is my opinion, my knowledge that I found out that with the purpose our money to be 1,200, and that's when it's all going to stabilize. So how they're using this borrowing to cushion, I don't know. But we just have to pray and work towards it. Let people come out. In the end, if the coalition can come back together and realize, look, this is the only way out, because that might be a surprise to him. But my fear is we'll know very soon. If my man loses, the African Democratic, if he loses, then he'll go swing with Tinubu. And then that will be very
So you
problematic.
think if Atiku loses, he would team up with Tinubu?
I know if he loses, he will. But if he
I
doesn't lose,
believe Atiku is even working for Tinubu at this point. Honestly, I believe Atiku is working for Tinubu at this point. If not, just tell me what an 80-year-old man is still looking for. He's not even healthy. Tinubu is not healthy either. Both of them are not healthy.
Well,
So I'm not
when
even
you say,
sure what he's going there to do.
right. Well, what you're saying is not really correct. It's not like he's working for him. But like they always say, like the elites are always elites. They're seeing things in terms of Obi would be a threat to all of them. That's why they thought Obi would accept his vice presidency and nothing would happen. And what they're afraid of, Obi is doing fine. He's never said for one day that he's going to correct things in terms of punishing them. That's the language they want to hear. And then all hell will break loose. But I don't think personally that it's a matter of meeting and talking to each other, but it's just a matter of an agreement of mind. This is our thing. They all belong to the same kind of. Like I said, if Atiku tells the vice president to step down today, the vice president of Tinubu will step down automatically. That's how the hierarchy goes. Atiku is above him, and so on and so on. So anyway, that was what I wanted to put in. That our money was really meant to go at $1,200, and that I blame Tinubu for accepting it. He will never openly accept it, but that's what it is. He accepted that number, and that's what they're doing to us. And hopefully Obi will be able to bring it down. I pray maybe 1-1. Nothing is impossible. So let us not be worried. Let us keep on join before anything else. So I'll let others talk. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so who do we have here next? The flagship. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Good evening, Precious. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, and good evening to everybody on the panel. You know, I heard everything that everybody was saying, and they have their plan, but their plan is subject to truncation by the people of Nigeria. Sri Lanka was in the same situation. Their president never thought that they'll be overpowered, but it happened when the people pushed back.
Right.
A couple of lives were lost. Those who will do it in Nigeria, we may not see them now. In fact, we may not even see them until the day that the result is announced. I always use the analogy of pushing a goat to the wall. And when there is no more space to go, it will charge back at you. And you find out that goats do bite. And when they bite, sometimes they bite in the wrong place. So the people of Nigeria may be seen as docile for now, but not all of them are docile. There's a point it will get to where the Agberos in government plus those on the streets will be overpowered. There was a contest between the elephant and the ant, a story that was a folk tale that was told many years ago. The ant said, I will bring you down. The elephant said, you can't. I will not even step on you with my whole foot. I will put just one toe on you and you'll be gone. But the ant found a way to get into the trunk of the elephant and he brought it down. So the people may be quiet now, and we all know why. Nigeria has gone through several years of abuse, and the abuse is mental. I'm not talking of the physical abuse, hunger, and the rest. The mental abuse is humongous. That the people, majority, not all of them, will need a serious rehab. If I was a, what do you call them, a therapist, I would have gone to open shop in Nigeria by now because there's going to be a lot of rehabilitation to the minds of the people that needs to be done. But there is an extent to which these guys can go. And the gentleman that was speaking a minute ago did say that Tinubu knows that this is the end. So he has to get as much as he can. And not just because he wants it for him or his family, but he's doing it for those who forced him on Nigerians. And that brings me to the power blocks in the West, France and the UK. I'm beginning to really hope that should Peter Obi get in there, he really need to renegotiate whatever contract Nigeria has with the UK. France is playing Agbero style on Nigeria right now. They forced themselves through a guy that is quote unquote an asset to them. You asked a question a minute ago if Tinubu is an asset to the CIA or a member. He's not a member of the CIA, can never be. He's an asset because of his compromised stance, so they can use him for anything. You remember those days when we were little? If you see your brother go take a piece of meat from the kitchen and you catch him or her, your sister, and your mother or father doesn't know, you use that as leverage on them. Okay, tomorrow you will split your rice to two. I'll take half, and you take half. If not, I will tell that you took the meat. You can use that for so, but there's a point you will get to where they would damn the consequences and say, whatever happens, happens. Go tell mama. And Nigeria is not up for grabs like we think it is to these guys. Yes, they are doing plunging, they're doing what they're doing now, but a point will come where they will be pushed out. I, for one, know that all of these guys in government are not Nigerian citizens. They may have been born in Nigeria, some may have gone to buy citizenship somewhere else. And when all is said and done for them, if they can escape, they will escape and go there. And you'll never hear from them or about them again until the day they bring their corpse back home to bury. So I always like to encourage the few Nigerians. We don't need the 200 million of them. If we have 5 million Nigerians stand up to these guys, they will turn things upside down. So those few that are still there, who are waiting for, or perhaps finding who to join force with, brain-wise, material and access-wise, to turn this ship around. I like to tell them, stay put. It's going to happen. Our country cannot just go down like that. And the rest of us sit down here in the West thinking that we are in a safe environment or place. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I told him that, you see, those of us in the West, most especially in the US, we are beginning to see signs of the government that they can one day tell us that pack your bag and baggages, get out, whether you're a citizen or not. The new the new move they have made now is if you want to get green card in the United States, you have to go to your country to apply for it. It's just a stroke of the pen for a presidential order to come to say anybody from any country or selected countries who has citizenship in America and have their blue passports, they are revoking it. You have to go back and do XYZ if you want to get it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So, though we may think we are safe, we really are not because they can change their minds at any time. What's the lady in the UK that is coming in, that may come in anytime?
Badenoch. Kemi
Biden.
Badenoch.
Everybody's afraid because she can get in there and
Revoke,
change
revoke,
things.
revoke, yes.
And people will begin to run helter skelter and begin to figure out where they want to go to. So we have to be involved. We cannot just give up hope like that. Whatever it takes, to those who are on ground that are willing to begin to re-educate the minds of the people in Nigeria who are willing to stand and fight this fight. This is the soul of Nigeria we're talking about. That even if we in the next 10, 20 years do not see any uh, reason in the West to feel unsafe, our children who answer our names, what will they deal with tomorrow if some crazy nut in these Western countries come up and say, your name is not American enough? Though you were born here, you need to find your way back to where your ancestors came from. That's why we have to do whatever it takes to correct that place. So that should it be, they all have a place to go. But other than that, so that those who are in Nigeria now can at least see some good that we're experiencing here. A friend of mine was talking to me today. They listened to the show yesterday, and he said, I laugh at what you said yesterday in your closing. Then I said, no, I'm serious. It's not only in the white man's land that you have good things. Heck, it's not only in the white man's land that you have snow. Dubai is in the desert. The heat is so hot that you can bake bread in it in the summertime. But guess what? They put snow in their country. Why can't we do the same in our own? Who told you that we can't do it? It's just the right people to be there who have the vision and the plan that we need to put in office to begin to make these things happen. So we have to continue. It's drop by drop, one day at a time. It's not going to happen at once, but we have a limited time now, between now and February or thereabout next year, to begin to disabuse the minds of our people and try to put back in as much hope. Well, I hate to use that word. To put there a renewing of the mind of the people so that they can at least stand up to push one step further and get these guys out of there. And lastly, I've heard everybody say that the people are afraid of the government. No, the government, they are afraid of the people. They are only taking advantage of the fact that the people don't know yet what belongs to them, what their rights are, and what they can do. But the day they find out that the people are becoming aware, that day they start fidgeting, and either they change camp or they run out. That's why I had that little 15-minute talk with you yesterday at closing, Precious, that we don't have to compromise the corrupt guys to be there that we want to use them. They need to know, see the door, and the country needs to be comfortable for them and their children that they are trying to put in government. So the people need to be encouraged. We need to still talk to them, help them to think differently, and perhaps them and us together, we can find a way to turn this thing around, at least begin a recourse in the right direction. I'll end for now.
Thank you. Thank you. MC, you said you want to say something.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Go ahead.
On the aspect of if the guy is an asset, sorry, if he's an asset or an agent, he can never be an agent to those people, because let me use the other local word, olodo. Those people cannot. Those people don't they carry olodo. They not they carry position give olodo me olodo come,
I
because
don't
he go see
understand.
betray.
What thing happened to Lodo? Who be Lodo here?
You know be olodo. I don't want to call them
I don't
olodo.
understand
Those
again.
people don't go carry olodo say me olodo come work for them. They go only use olodo as they go only use them as a puppets. They go use them as puppets. Get what they want. They push your head. Precious, have you been opportune? Yeah, I don't know if you've been opportune to be in these boardrooms when negotiations are going on. When negotiations are going on. That's why sometimes I look at Nigerians, especially these Nigerian leaders. These people cannot face it. These people, they know they know what to do, and they know how to get what they want. They know what to do, and they will get what they want from you. So they can't work with, they can't bring those kind of people into their circle. What they will do, they will only use him, get what they want, and they dump him. I think the other day someone was saying that France is not the one controlling your tax system in Nigeria. I think they were saying it. They were I think that thing went
Are
up a
you
bit
not
again.
aware that? Are you not aware that the tax law we're running now? We borrowed most of the template from France.
That is what I'm saying. That's why I said I think the other
NIRS,
day.
before they were disbanded to NIRS, they were the ones that said it. Now it's not me. Oh.
Hey, that's what, because the news was everywhere. But now nobody has said anything concerning that one. A foreign entity control having the data of another sovereign country. Have you guys asked yourself that question? These are the things that countries protect. They protect it. They don't allow foreign entity to even have access to those things. That's where that word olodo. You carry and give yourself they can't take over the something. So that's what I say, because the people coming in now, by the grace of God, if these people are able to kick these people out, these people have a lot of work to do, a lot of work to protect Nigerians. A lot of work, a lot of things needs to be done, because the damage these people have done to Nigeria, the damage, your security is being is controlled by another entity. Your tax law, everything, whatever data and everything is controlled by another foreign entity. So you guys should ask what is really going on. Even the person in question, you people are saying he doesn't talk. That I don't see that person as if he knows what he's doing. You could see it's like when he goes anywhere that they are guiding him, as in he look at someone that is a prisoner of his own self, of his ego. He's a prisoner of his own ego. He can't even express himself. He can't talk much. He can't make a sentence. Once he make one, he struggle to make a sentence. The next thing they will take him inside.
Now where they share
So
this with the talk self?
you guys should, when this guy is out, you guys should read the body language. You should concentrate, watch and read the body language. I said, I always say this way. I said that country is on autopilot. The country is on autopilot. It's on autopilot. Honestly speaking, there is nothing. It's like nothing. Nobody is there. It's like, but you're seeing someone is there, but there's nobody there. The country is, but you're seeing someone standing, but there is nobody there.
MC, now my president, now they talk like this. I mean,
I don't even
somebody.
know when I beg will not be this platform we go use talk this kind thing on. This
MC.
public disclaimer is
Precious, don't worry. I didn't mention any name. No, I didn't mention. You hear me call name. Now, when you call name, now they will say because of you. That because of the evil days, there are some things where I'm supposed to bring out, but I can't because I need to so I'm not call name. Now you mention. You call anybody name? No. So now when you call name, then they will say you do something. So I'm not call anybody name. So that is it. I have done nothing wrong. Yeah, so that's it. So not worry. You know, nothing they come to you. So not fear. You know, we not call anybody name. So supposedly I call person name now. Hey, if you can say this. So a lot of work needs to be done. So that is why, like Flagship said, yeah, yes, we need to continue talking, encouraging the people that are back homes, that are back home, so to disabuse them because the abuse is too much. It's too much, as if they've deprived them for what belongs to them. I think it was this same stuff. I say somebody took his wife to the hospital. Doctor was saying, if they don't pay that money, they won't operate on the wife, and the wife, you know what it means. If they won't operate on the wife, they won't bring. The person had to call me, but I thank God that I was able to assist. As I placed a call direct to the doctor, the account and everything was sent, and in that I released that money for them straight away before the treatment was before the treatment commenced. Do you know what is that? You an emergency. Nothing is working in the country. Nothing. Then you're
Precious,
telling me,
Precious, I have a question for you. Sorry, MC, if you're not
Now,
done,
me,
man.
you want to ask question in the midst of all these things going on, sir.
Well, it'll not be big question. When you get Riley Moore to come back to your platform again?
Riley Moke or Mike Arnold.
Mike Arnold, I'm sorry.
Mike Arnold say no go talk to me until I go to IDP camp for Abuja. Tell him say I don't get money to book flight to IDP camp. I go pay like 200,000 to Abuja, pay accommodation fee, carry crew, we go help me do video. That means I'll pay for at least 2 crew with myself. I'll be spending almost 2 million plus in that trip, but I'm not ready for that.
Why you won't make you go there?
Because he said he made he's got a lot of expose about an IDP camp and what's going on, government denial and their status and the condition rather, and all that. And he said that okay, if I can't get to Borno, I can't get to Benue, I should just go somewhere so that I can see the things he's seen before there, and then we can talk. And I understand that he means well. And remember that he's in Abuja IDP camp that he's schooling them for free. He's educating them for free. Do you understand? So he wants me to have like a physical grasp of what's going on, and I understand that's very good, well intended. But see, for this Nigeria, all of us they manage now. I'll be spending almost 2 to 3 million because I'll pay accommodation for about 3 people. I'll go with the crew, and I'll go with my gadgets, some of which I still don't have. I may hire some because I cannot go without properly documenting what's going on there.
You go with security. I said plus security.
I don't even know whether I'm gonna need one safe. If I'm gonna need one safe, I don't even count that good. So it's gonna cost me a lot. And I told him, he said that you people can pay my flights and just give me tickets. I said okay until anybody from the platform pays my tickets.
So he just wants you to get him footages, or
he doesn't want me to get him footages. He wants me to be there and see things for myself, and if possible, report what I see to this platform here. Not for him.
Precious, I go tell T Money will be millionaire. We come yesterday. I will tell him.
He wants me to report. So he wants me to have, all these things we've been talking. They like saying of him. So he won't make I go see with my own eye waiting they happen. And if I go there, there's no way I will not write stories. Perhaps a mini documentary or something about what's going on. I will interview them. I'll know about their welfare, government involvement in their welfare, civil society involvement, charity organization involved. I'll know all of that. I'll get a bit of their history and hear what happened to them and what led them to being there and all that.
But that's story that we all know now. I mean, does it need?
No, but see, sometimes let me play you this. I was going to play this. Sometimes what we think we already know, there may be more to what we know than what we already know. Now, this is one of the guys I had invited to IDP camp before. The one that contracted hepatitis B from the same Abuja IDP camp. He was talking in a forum. Listen to him. I don't know. I think this is long.
I've been rehabilitated. Now,
so you notice the day he came here. His name is Enoch Johanna. Remember the day he came to this platform? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. So please listen to him.
I've been rehabilitated. Now, what they do after the rehabilitation, they fill form, they ask questions. How many people have you killed? So if you kill 50, you have your own class. 50 and above 20, I have never killed. So if you have never killed, maybe you stay there 1 month and go off. If you kill small number, 2 months. If you kill many, 6 months. Which type of ammunition that you use? Then that is the people that they are going to pay them a payoff of 3 million and a monthly salary of 50,000. I'm saying this, it should be a shocking. I'm revealing this. After being rehabilitated, what happens the next? If you cannot live without gun, the government will provide gun for you. As a civilian JTF, you all know that they are here in Abuja. Most of them are repentant Boko Haram. Some of them that they cannot stay in the society, they are being exported to Algeria to go and attack the miners, to go and do illegal mining, gold mining in Algeria, and be paid. If they sustain gunshot, they are going to be transported back to Maiduguri and treated in the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital through the government of Borno State. The repented IDPs, repented Boko Harams, and also the civilian JTF go to Zamfara. They are there. The government of Zamfara is paying them 70,000. The government of Borno State is paying is paying 70,000 to the Borno State government. The Borno State government is paying them 50,000. Meaning it is a job, it is a business. It is not a crime to start a business if the business is being recognized by our government. The business that I'm craving for is to start my terrorism. I'm not going to terrorize anybody. I'm going to fight back. It has been so painful that the killer of my dad is being paid with taxpayers' money. The abductors of our wife, our children, our sisters are being paid off by the taxpayers' money. They drive luxury car with escort. There is one man that slaughtered 96 people a day. Now he's driving with Hilux. His name is Adamurugu. I'm saying this, I don't care. I don't care. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Because
So did you hear? Because what's the life? Meaning, which kind of life when they live already? Now, let me just stop it here. So, the flagship, you asked me the question. Now, this is one of the people I'd interviewed. If I go there, the kind of story you think you already know, you will get to know more. And that's what he's pitching me to do.
I see. I
So
understand.
that I can see the reality of what
Right.
he has experienced when he was in Nigeria, that
Right.
people they are going through.
Right.
I'll try to work on it, but say I did Nigeria finances now waiting person they plan, not be waiting
I
I go
know.
just
I
jump
know.
up.
The reason I ask is say him now the person when Trump assigned to the situation and all that is going on in Nigeria, right?
No, not be him. That one Riley more, but Mike seemed to have some kind of rapport with some of them in
I don't see the Riley Moore and his name was mentioned in the report that they sent to Trump of what he found and what he saw. But here's why I ask. You know this name, Massad Bolus, right?
Yes, of course.
Trump's
Trump's
in-law.
in-law. Yes, sir.
Right. So don't you think that there will be conflicting information getting to Trump with
Of course.
reference to
I have said
Nigeria
this before now.
and
I
his
said this
ability
before
to
now.
act?
And his
When,
his relationship with the Chagoris, right?
yes,
I've
yes.
said it before.
So it
He,
questions
he, he,
ability.
he has an outfit in Nigeria. There's Bolus in Lagos there. That's the family.
What's he they
Exactly.
even talk about Bolu self? Not being get Square Motors.
Now he gets score,
Naim.
yeah.
Now he
He's
get Square.
used to be
And
the
Square
CEO of Square.
Yeah.
are
Square they sell.
the biggest
Square they sell.
contractor to
Square they sell to Shaguri. They are all
uh-huh.
Lebanese now.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes.
I think you see the reason I keep saying that the country is on autopilot. These are part of the reasons. Those
If
are
you
part
look
of
at
it.
this whole contract which Agori don't get recently, according to reports we will see you, NASCO be the highest supplier of equipment, be of things when you use to the work. I know what that means. So
The country is finished, precious. So honestly speaking, I don't know if that country will ever be revived by anybody. That
In,
country
It
is
in,
can. It can.
gone.
It can be safe. It can be
in
safe.
fact,
It can be
if you
safe
if
if
Huh?
you
you
have the right
we,
leader.
we
It can be
hear
safe.
we hear that you mentioned Mr. Edu. We hear that the person who asked that Edu be fired is Gilbert Shakuri.
Yeah.
He won't pour sand for Ngari.
Okay. See, my brother, the country is in autopilot. I beg.
no,
I
it's
agree
not.
with
Oh,
you.
the country is going on well. See, this thing is not Tinubu's fault, please. The country is
But
going
then
well.
he can step down.
The president is doing what he can do. Please, the
Like
country is
what?
fine. No, and all
Whose
Like
this thing
fault?
what?
people are
Whose fault
saying.
is it now, Precious?
Like
Whose
what?
fault?
But he's the
No, because
president.
she's just doing the devil's
talk.
advocate. No,
Allow
she's
me
just
make
doing
a
it.
disclaim wetin una dey talk. I carry God beg una. The country is fine. We'll be fine. These things take time. They did not start with President Tinubu. Good. So let's continue.
Now
Well,
understand where should they come
it not
from?
start
Good
with
night,
President.
guys. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much. It's great
Bye.
having you here. Thank you. Thank you so
It
much.
didn't start with Tinubu, but he assumed office and told everybody that he would fix it. So the buck, like Joe Biden says, the buck stops with him. So he not go sit down there and say, now just for optics, now he did it as president. He vowed that this job is his own. And he told Nigerians that he can fix it himself and his vice. So it's not acceptable to say not being the problem start with. Then who is start with? Who now will go
No,
say
but truth to be told, truth be told, let's be honest, and this is jokes apart. Honestly speaking, the current rot or current decay or whatever it is we're facing in Nigeria did not start from Tinubu.
but does he have the power to stop it, this
The
rot at
power lies in
any
his hands. Why he's not using it, I don't know. Maybe there are limitations. There may be
but
Precious,
he's using
we're
the
not
power now. He's
we're
using the
not
power.
we're not
Don't you see?
interested in excuses. Government exists. Government is a continuum. The reason why government exists is to solve problems. So, I mean, you can. It's enough to begin to blame someone before you. So what have you done to change the situation?
He
What have
has
you
the
done?
he has the power and he can use it, but he's not using it in Nigeria. He's using it in Benin Republic to solve their insurrection problem.
why you they go remember the things that don't happen for past?
No, because he recently did it again. They sent our soldiers there now to help them
So we
fight
heard again.
insurgency. All right. And then when he came in the first time, when Niger decided to flex muscles with France and kick them out of their country, he tried to use the same power to go fight Niger, but had to pull back when it was exposed. He's using the same power to enrich France, that is pretty much like financially bankrupt as we speak. So he has the power, but why he's not using it for Nigeria beats my imagination and is what I'm trying to understand.
You see, just a quick. That's why I keep saying that. You see, the country need reset as well. When the next person comes in now, if they can withdraw some of those power away from the executive, redistribute that power, the ones that will go to the assembly goes to the assembly, the ones that will go to the states goes to the state, down to the local government. So the executive, the power cannot just be concentrated on the executive. The executive needs to be checkmate. That needs to be done now because we've seen the people that have been there in the past, what they've done with that power. They've not used it for the good of the people. So therefore, a reset needs to be done and withdraw some of this power away from the executive. That is very important as well. And a strong institution and a civil servant, maybe head of service and all that, which will be in place, different from these elected executive elected officials. So a lot of things, a lot of works needs to be put in place for this country to be, for that country to function.
You see what is going on in I come out for one meeting today, and I asked one of the guys that when we do the meeting, say, una dey upset with a prime minister for UK, and all of una they won't kick him out of office now. Why una they accept our own then when we say what did they do us? If you cut 1/4 of what una they blame on a prime minister for, so cut 1/4 of them, divide them into 8 places, you know, reach one piece of them. You know what he tell me? He said, "Now we now won't kick him out. That if we don't like what he's doing to us, we kick him away." Or with his British accent. And then I asked him, "Why are you all entertaining them in your country? Why are you taking what belongs to us? If you don't like what your prime minister is doing, what is his fault? Energy and immigration. That's the reason why they are upset. The UK is going through a lot energy-wise. And with this war going on in Iran, if care is not taken, they may run out of power in a few years. But now they plan to supply them energy by 2030 coming up.
They're already supplying them energy. They're already supplying them jet fuel
Well,
since 2 months ago now.
not even the jet fuel alone now. There is a pipeline that runs from Warri
Well, you're correct on that one as well. Yeah, you're correct on that
right
one.
through the Sahara into
Yeah, you're
Spain
correct.
and
It's going
get
to connect to the Spain or so. Then from Spain, they will start distributing it to every other stuff. But the one I know already, the amount of jet fuel that went into UK alone since almost 2 months plus now, from Dangote refinery, it's it's not they are not playing. No, then why the Nigerians are home
But
this
Dangote
month
has
they
been
don't see
exporting.
it.
Dangote even exported to you America, Gongon Sep. Have you not heard that even there was a time, and European countries are discussing with him for exportation? Guess what? We are giving more importation licenses for people to import more. Meanwhile, Dangote is exporting. That's why Dangote took them to court now. And he said that he cannot be here and work. Oh, guys, it's almost 4 a.m. You guys, sorry for me now. Oh, God. I have work.
That's the reason why I said to you that if you've been in the boardroom of this people when negotiations are going on, they get what they want. So you need someone that is intellectual, someone that knows what he's doing, a leader that can stand up to this heat and everything, face these people head on. Proper negotiation. What is duly meant for Nigerians is being given to Nigeria. But when you have someone that easily they have something on, if they tell the person jump, he jump. If they tell the person sit down there, he sit down there. What do you expect?
Precious, we have to let you
well,
go so that you can.
yeah, make you go
It's
rest.
it's
Yeah,
morning
we
already.
appreciate you, Precious. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us, in spite of all the problems with the electricity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As you know, want your reward to be on earth, let your reward be in heaven.
You go there heaven, my dear brother. I go still enjoy the ones we get on earth now because I know one die and I know go die. I know go great die self. Thank you so much, Tibai Danjuma. I appreciate it.
Madam
Yes, please,
Precious.
sir. Sir?
Madam Precious. One thing I just have to put
Okay,
this
sir.
in, and you should put a number out there, not only for this project you mentioned earlier, but where we can freely contribute, so you'll have more discretion to do your project. And I'm sure even if only 100 of us contribute $100, it'll go a long way to help you in this thing. And you really have to, we human beings, we need to be challenged before we do things. You put out your plan, but I hope others listening, new or not, would step up the game, especially if you are capable of doing it. And I think it's a wonderful project. I think it's a new twist to your program, and I'm sure it'll attract more people. And I wish you the best. So if you can maybe give us a number for that particular project before you leave,
Okay,
or
so the thing is,
which
before
email
now,
was
I
it?
have an account detail that I have used for my charity work because rebuilding a house for a woman who lost one of the women who live in an IGP camp who lost her husband and children to
Okay,
um, this menace in Borno State. So some people donated through with that number, and I opened
okay,
an account specifically for that, and yeah, they donated. And I've not given them update, but I've disbursed that
okay,
cash to the lawyer who's helping me build the house. But the lawyer hasn't had time to come to this
okay,
platform because he's supposed to come to this platform to give accounts of to first of all acknowledge that I gave him XYZ amount of money. I've also printed the account statement because I promised everyone that I was going to print an account statement. I did that already. And I was just waiting for him to come. Then I printed account statement to show all the donations that came in and then the exact amount that I sent to him, which is not a problem. So that account is available because I've actually used it to run some, after I disbursed that money, I've used it to run some private stuff for people I didn't want to. For some transactions, I didn't want my personal account on. I used it to do that. So I could give that up for this cause because I think that it's also very important to hear from those people living in the ID. Appreciate you, sir. So
right.
I could give that. I could give that
Yeah,
account out for this purpose, and of course, one way you would know that I fulfill the mission is to see me in Abuja doing that, or to see me in the ID card, whichever
okay,
I'm
amen,
doing that.
amen.
So I've just posted the account details and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and also one last thing I like to tell many callers, and I think my father discussed this with me a long time ago, and he started with a story about how kingdoms are made and broken. He said it's one of God's, I have forgotten the word to use, but he said it's God's plan for humanity. He said what really happens all the time, from the village all the way to
Mm,
empires. You have the king have a notification with another king or queen, and they go to war. And after the war, what invariably happens is he conquers the other side and starts to exploit whoever he conquers. You say, but what happens in due time? And he takes one thing he does also. He takes the children of the conquered king into his own environment, teaches them the language, teaches them the
mhm,
law, teaches them the way of life, and even make them believe within one or two generations that they actually are part of his
mm,
kingdom. But unfortunately for the other kingdom, what eventually happens is some old man somewhere recognizes one of the princes and say, your father used to own this little tiny kingdom over here, and you were taken away as slaves as a child. And actually, your father's head was cut off. And eventually, what happens? The child goes back home and he beats the other kingdom. And the same cycle keeps on going. And I use that to say, those of us in the diaspora, one step we need to take, either Trump sends us home, whether the British Empire sends us home, whether the people in India sends us home, believe it or not, they will. Because eventually what will happen is if they don't have enough food to go around, they don't have enough
oh,
crisis
they
to go
concentrate
around,
on
the
theirs.
first
They are the
thing.
priority. They are people who must be prioritized.
Thank you. And eventually, they will first of all deal with immigration. Then, if immigration does not work, like we've seen in America, then they start dealing with war, like we've seen in America. So it's just, this is current, I'm saying, but this is a cycle of life that goes on and on. But for us, let us not forget, our fathers were languishing in London and everywhere, and they happened to come back home and they grabbed independence. It might have taken them 30, 40 years, but they got it. So now we are where we are. People have lost sense of where it is, but we need to get it back. I don't want to use my good friend Trump's word. Let's take our country back. And we can take it back by actually going back home. Even if it's a matter of going 6 months and coming back, it's worth it. 3 months and
I
coming back,
agree.
1 week and going back.
I agree. And as I
Yeah,
said, the mission of making Nigeria work, it's not because of the hate of anybody. It's not because of hate for Tinubu or hate for political elites generally. It's for the overall good of the majority of Nigerians. In fact, including the children and the great grand families of these politicians and that of Tinubu too. So at the end of
yeah,
the day, if we take this country seriously and do things right and do right by this country, as it were, generally, we would be doing even them, the politicians, a whole world of good if we did that. So it should be a collective effort. And that's why I was saying the other day that this election should be an election that our lives that it would appear like we're fighting for our lives. We should do the right thing. It's unfortunate, as I said, it didn't start with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's unfortunate it's happening under him. I know he has a lot of blame. I don't want to start looking at that blame because you know that something did not start with you, but you would have been a bit more empathetic and more deliberate, not to make it escalate under you. So that's the part I feel like he acted like he's so relaxed, like it doesn't matter, I don't reach, do what you do, we'll spit it on your face. You can't be telling my father cannot be telling me there's no money to buy food for us or to pay my school fees, but in they declare for beer parlor. Do you understand? You know, what country can survive with the level of profligacy in governance than Nigeria? See, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has every right to stop this stupendous profligacy. It should stop. Virtually every politician in Nigeria lives off the country. Why? You came to serve, not to kill, not to destroy, not to milk. But it actually appears that they came to milk. It's heartbreaking. People who already have money, people who, some of them who have had issues in one country or the other where they just come here and they get richer in Nigeria. And almost, I don't want to say this, but sources are saying and rumors are that most of them have second passports. If you think that what you're doing is right, why do you have a second passport? If you think that what you're doing is very okay, you shouldn't have a second passport. You should be proud enough to have only this passport because you know that you're building a country and a legacy that you're proud of. Most of them have houses abroad. What are you building houses abroad for? Do you live abroad? You build a hospital that even you cannot even attend that hospital. Even you, where is it done? The leaders that you're going to meet in those countries, where you go for medical tourism and all sorts of tourisms, do they build hospitals that they cannot take treatment in and their people allow them? Stop taking your country people for a ride. For a president who said he fought for democracy, he has every right to protect his democracy. If there's anybody who would have protected every ounce of democracy, it would have been President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Not the way he's going about it. It's just a bit too much. They are robbing stupendous wealth on our face. Like they'll carry and pour for our face and do what you have to do. We don't care. That's the way it appears. And that's too much. He cannot tell us, oh, manage, things that you admitted in his acceptance speech or as a APC presidential flag bearer that that some people, of course, some people are over 200 million of us. It's just about 20 million of them, their friends, their cronies, and people related to them that are enjoying. The rest of us are suffering. I have an emergency trip to make sometime this week. I just checked the tickets. And a local ticket, I paid over 200,000 for myself and the crew I'm going with. I have spent 1 million on a one-way trip, coming back and spending another 1 million. And this is a trip that I shouldn't pay more than 45,000 for each person before now. If it's too much, at least I shouldn't pay more than 50,000. How do we continue like this? And guess what? Road is not even safer. If I'm doing road in those trips, I should pay like 60, 70,000. And then I keep money for ransom. Because that will come. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I just see one thing I'm sorry, please, I'm coming, sir.
It will not come. It will not come. Don't say that will come.
I'm sorry, sir. One thing I do not like about the drama that I have seen in recent times, I think a bit of Jonathan too, a bit of Buhari, more of Buhari and more of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is that it appears that people who are around them don't tell them the truth about the reality in Nigeria and of Nigerians. So that's why somehow I say that it's not entirely his fault. Because they just make him feel that, no mind them, and those bad people who hate you and they talk bad, not to forget about them. It's not you. You're doing so well. Have you seen people are praising you? They're not telling him the truth. And that's why, according to I don't know if it's true that Buhari said Nigerians should forgive him. If he said that, that means he would have noticed after he had left office that he was a mess. So I plead with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't wait till you leave office. Don't let overzealous people walking around you to cause problem for you and to ruin whatever name and make your name a sad and horrible memory for Nigerians. Because that's what it's becoming. Do you know how bad it is? I was looking, scrolling through just now on the internet while we're here. A father killed his own child, beat his child to death. You know why? In Delta State. I think a 1-year-old plus child, that the child is eating too much. They finish food when they go manage for days. The child died, and the community gathered him up. They were beating him. Tell me, oh, it's painful. People don't understand what's going on in Nigeria. It's painful. These are things that shouldn't be a problem in sane countries. Food. Meanwhile, some parents are begging their children, please eat now. Parents complain that children don't have appetite for food. And here is a parent who has a child who can eat anything you can give, and you beat that child to death. Why do you think that father did that? Frustration. If there were mental health check on Nigerians, you go find that say most of us they below the belt. All of us had no correct for this country again. No. We're done. Because the kind of things we're accepting is not even things that people who are sane should accept. So I think the president has a lot to do. I don't know why they're lying to him. But he should not let people lie to him and deceiving him to ruin whatever it is he's doing. Things are bad. You don't know how horrible things are. Was it a pastor who was saying the other day? I think I saw it in the preaching or something that he was passing, he was driving through and saw a man eating off the garbage. The person is not a madman. Was it not Prince Francis Chilaka that told us the other day? He saw somebody having his bath wee hours of the morning while he was driving to a radio station, television station or somewhere he's got an engagement early in the morning along Oworonshoki Bagada Road. In the middle of the just by the roadside having his bath, and they stopped by and asked him. He said he's a graduate or no job or no house, and they sleep for road. It is that. Have you seen the cost of housing in Nigeria now? Have you seen the cost of housing? How many people can afford it? No, now, President, it's like you're tearing people apart, you're just ripping people apart, and then you're still coming up with more laws. Oh, this tax, oh, that what? How bad now? I'm not saying you should not do the right thing by taxing people. But first of all, you see, you go do like rat small. If you chop small, you blow breeze small. Give us more air first before you take more from us. Sorry, I beg. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, guys.
Precious. You the way you the beg a person was supposed to serve you. Which job make it he's not supposed to
So
tax
do
you
you
now.
know why my camera? Do you know why
Not
my
supposed
camera?
to
Do
tax.
you know why my camera is off? We've not had light since morning. I have an
Very good.
inverter, and it's been a rainy day in Lagos. Because
Okay.
it's raining, my solar could not charge. My inverter could not charge. There was no solar. There was
Okay.
no, enough sunlight to charge it.
Son.
So
Okay.
even though it's still on now, but I know that if I turned on my studio lights right now, it would drain the battery faster. So I had to turn it off.
Okay. That first of all, person will not given a lights, no accommodation, no
They say not be
hospital,
him be the first person who make promise when they fulfill them.
no road, no road. So then why on earth he go still come, you come the tax you now for waiting, you know, no water, then you come the tax. Then when I come say now one can really go the man, you can man, they should, because this thing they provoke more than wake up, because that's just the truth. That is not done in anywhere. So all these things needs to be working first. All these things needs to be in place. That one na tax na later thing. These people are the one that they produce water for themselves. They produce the accommodation from themselves. They will build house for themselves. They will create lights for themselves. They will create water for themselves. They will do everything for themselves. Then you are coming to come and tax them when you don't. They will even create road to enter their house for themselves.
Speaking about water, self, I was just so upset this evening in the little in the little shared apartment or shared, what do they call them? Shared blocks where I live. Our water tank got bad, it's been leaking. And our neighbors were like, we have to contribute to buy a tank. I said, no, be the landlord work. Why will I be paying rent, pay service charge? And I want to buy tank for landlord for house. Am I the owner of the house? And they're saying that the landlord has been angry recently. Oh, anybody that does any harm, they will give them quick notice. You know why? Because once they give quick notice, as when I'm paying 3 million here, there's somebody else who will pay 5 million immediately to take over. And for me to get another house like this, I may have to pay that 5 million.
So
And then when the
Precious,
person pays 1 year, after the 1 year, the person may not be able to pay again.
And when you enter court, now court go delay the something. Now court go delay am, go rubbish them. They go deal with the landlord. They go delay the something. So they go use a play up and down. So it not go dey easy for you to evict the tenant like that. So court go delay am.
Now, so you think for
So
Nigeria, Indian wine,
he go bring Agboro, drive you away from your
Indian
house,
wine,
remove
live. I
your
be like
zinc,
saying that
lock it
Canada
open.
they say laws they different, they work differently in different parts of the world.
I know.
Precious, make you go,
Yeah.
make you go. They done that. I think the last thing they say. So what do we do? Just sit down, they look, or walk up pass,
We'll not go sit
or
down.
what do we
We
do?
go talk. We go talk. We
Because
go
I
talk.
only just contribute to when you because the way you they talk, if let's say you they beg, you they because you guys are not supposed to
No,
be begging.
I know why I'm sounding the way I'm sounding. Okay, leave me now. Do talk your own, leave my talk now. Don't let Pepper
You
Body
No,
they
now
do
provoke
me.
well, well.
Pepper
You
Body they
because
provoke
do
well, well.
me. Pepper Body they do me. You should know why I sound the way I sound now. Do you understand? It's not everything
I
that's
understand you, understand you, I
so
understand you.
so it's not that. It's really very annoying, honestly speaking. And unfortunately, all of us cannot express ourselves the way that it hurts us. It's very unfortunate. And I think you see, in fact, now one of the reasons we make me not like this work what they do, sir, because one of the most
No, you
difficult
have to do it. So it's a good job. It's a
job
good
to do
job.
is to maybe be a pastor where you're going through a lot of shit and then you have to now tell your people that all is well. The good Lord will do it. But the good Lord hasn't done it for you, oh. You the pastor. But you're telling people good Lord to do it. That's the condition I am now. I am forced to believe that.
Precious, just a quick one.
Sir.
Just a quick one.
Okay.
Regarding that teacher that was beheaded, where are the teachers? Where are the teachers union? I think I know they
Then
used
they
to
in
be
Doki, then
teachers
they in
union.
Doki, then
So
they in
what are they
Doki,
doing? What are they saying? But that
then
this
they in
time around,
Doki
you go see
village.
them.
Now my
They go come
hometown.
out.
I say now my town from Doki then they now, no worry. Then they
The
for sure.
only teacher that behead. What of General Roba
No,
with them fire anyhow,
see what
and
what you to make I talk,
Brimo
but I
and
don't.
many others.
I know, but when it comes to teacher like this, teacher, because the teachers now part of an important job for the society. Teacher now teacher where they contribute to the growth of the children, they contribute to you to human development.
I don't
But
think
they are
that
unions.
I don't think that since that incident, there is any 2 to 3 days that would pass without me referencing that conversation because of how traumatized I feel about it. And then, worse still, how I feel that that situation and scenario may be traumatizing to the children who are there, including a 2-year-old who would have witnessed that.
What of the child
I
where they
would
say
witness
make it chop in relation meat?
meat. Oh,
No, these people are evil.
Nigeria is
I beg.
oh
So
Precious.
that's where I fought President Bola meeting. You cannot say that all these things are happening, and then you're about politics. You're traveling, dancing. I'm very happy. I'm excited. You're seeing numbers are banned now. No empathy. No, like okay, let's behave like. And then the mother of the Nadia Mama be this, so the mother of the country. Ah, the other today, should be today in one radio station in I think Agiribo FM in Ibadan. They were talking about it. And they said when it was Good Luck Ebele Jonathan, Chibok girls, they were not this young. Oh. I think the youngest of them would have been 12 or 13 or thereabouts. She was busy crying. I said, there is God, though. There is God, though. This thing that is happening. And we're even laughing at her, mocking her. This one will not even see who will go laugh. Will not even see who will go mock. Will not even see anybody tell us anything. Not a word, no nothing. Like it doesn't matter.
That's
Because you know
why.
why? You know why you do not, they don't want to give air to the, I mean, it doesn't, because they don't want amplify, because now we're saying you amplify, now people go talk about. So they don't want amplify it. But whether you run away from it or you amplify it, it doesn't stop the fact that it's happening. It's happening and it's horrible. And history will remember you for your silence and your inhumanity, I mean humanity. History will remember you for it that this kind of atrocities happened under your watch and you said nothing. Now, what's made they stop history for our schools, Chad? The flagship, go ahead, sir. The flagship, sir, you wanted to say something.
Yes, I was going to say that the reason why evil thrive is because good men kept quiet. It's not
Yes, that's
because
correct.
evil is that strong. The good ones amongst us kept quiet and said nothing. That's why Nigeria is experiencing what it's experiencing now. And I understand you, Precious. You speak the way you speak. I get them. I understand them. And I not blame you or fault you for them, because I'm not going to make you talk the way you feel, because we don't know what would happen next, right? But I beg to differ that the president is not aware, or Tinubu is not aware of what is going on in Nigeria. If his handlers are not telling him, he's seeing what's going on the news. Other people outside, they tell him. They hear about him. There is no way that you tell me that that man is not aware of what Nigerians are going through. He's not from there. I really would like to be proven wrong. The man is not from there. Now, person, if you come from a place, you don't go sit down, make that they ravage the place, and you did there, they do nothing. You know they speak, and you don't even care about the optics in the world. How other countries, your colleagues who are presidents of other nations, they look at you. Why do you think they would want to allow people from your country to come to theirs? They are concerned that the people from your country mentally have been conditioned to see this barbaric nature and things that they are normal. So if they come to their own country, they may want to do the same. And they don't want to let that happen. So he's aware of what's going on. It's just the deal he made with the guys that he paid in order for him to get his turn. That's going on now. That's what is happening. He cannot say anything. He cannot do anything. He just have to ride it until it's time for him to go. He told everybody he paid for it, so nobody should bother him. He has settled them. And I'm very, very, very concerned, and I hope that should Peter Obi make it, that that unholy alliance that we have with the UK and France, that he could reconsider those. And I also hope that when campaign season start for real, that that place called Chatham House, that he never step foot there. If he does, then I don't think there will be much of a difference that he can make. It's time that we pull out of these alliances, this thing called commonwealth. There is nothing common in it. The wealth is ours. They don't have anything in it. So I really hate that word. Every time I hear them use it, I cringe in my body.
Well,
There
I,
is
I
nothing
don't agree
common.
with you. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you because that's not how you correct a system. As I said, you can't correct a system from outside. Once you show that rebellious attitude, they will come for you and you would never get in there.
Even after he gets in there and he chooses to correct it, if they want to come after him, they will still
I
come
know, but
after
it's
him.
better done when you're in there than when you're out.
Trump,
Mr. Flashy,
Trump,
Mr. Mr.
Trump as
Flashy.
it is today. Yes, sir. 1 second, sir.
Okay.
Trump as it is today. When he was coming in, he said everything that he's doing today. And he's doing everything he said before he got in. You just have to stand your ground if you really want to change your country. They may label you, they may restrict you, they may sanction you, and all of that. But you have to show some sort of resistance to this plunging that is being done to your country. Imagine giving your tax information of all the businesses in your country, your citizens, to another country. That means the information from your country is open to the world. They can sell it, they can make money from it, France can do whatever they want to do with it. And not only that, the money that you are collecting, taxing your people for is going there as well. It just doesn't make sense. They have to push back. Whoever the leader is that comes in next has to push back if they want to make any meaningful contribution to changing the trajectory in Nigeria. If you succumb to them, I mean, we might just say, be the puppet there. They cut you a little bit of slack, but it's business as usual.
Okay. Let me add to what you quickly said. You see, for the Chatham House, he has to go there. He has to. So, because those are part of the place where negotiations are made. So, during the campaign, he needs to go there. So, because he can't just say he will not go there, he will. So, I think after then, like Precious said, then negotiation can start. So, what will be the benefit of the people? He said it in one of his campaign. He said, we will renegotiate. Because these people, you need to do business you need to do business with them as well.
He's
So,
not going to
because most of your minerals,
He's
most
not
of your
going to
minerals,
He's not going to Chatham House to negotiate. He's going there to tell them what he wants to do. They have to approve what he wants to do. They want to hear it.
because all of them
Anything
all.
outside what they are comfortable with, they may kick against it. I think the best place to start is say, no, this is my country. If you want to hear what I want to do, come here. And I will tell you. Now these things now they call them balls. You get to get them.
No,
If you
it's not
really
about
understand
balls.
about
It's not
this.
about balls. It's also about strategy.
Yeah,
When you're
but
campaigning for election, you need the good, bad, and ugly to hear you
Precious,
out
the
and vote for you.
strategy, not the work right now. These people not they play ball.
All right, no wahala.
They're
Mokona,
not
let
they
me make
play
a go sleep. I
ball.
beg. It's already 4 a.m. Please,
My sister,
please,
you
I
don't
can
try
catch
well,
some
well, bro.
sleep. I have a lot of activities today because I have a
Thank
trip.
you
So
so much.
thank you so
Please.
much. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's
Okay.
joined the platform.
Precious, thank you very much. And thank you for all
I
you do.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mhm.
MC. It's always a pleasure to have
Okay.
you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And God bless you. Good night, everyone. Good night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Good night. Mm.
Mr. POA, I appreciate you. I love you guys. Good night. Protect your mental health because God no go let us mad for this country matter. Good night. Bye.